Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, here to another edition of Rich Rebel Lady Basketball. We're out here in Randolph. Joining me in the booth, Rob Leifson. We've missed you, Rob, as it's been a hot minute since Rob's been joining us in the booth. We've had the pleasure of going down to the USDB game last week. Today is going to be a really fun one between the Rich Rebels and the Tabiona Tigers. Both the boys and the girls will be slated to take on each other later on today. The girls are slated for 18 minutes away from tip-off, part of our Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. That's Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. The best family vacations happen here. Planning your vacation today, visit bearlake.org. Rob, good to have you back in the booth.
Al, glad to be back. I did enjoy the game at USDB, and I enjoyed watching online last night, especially the outcome.
There you go. The outcome has been good. So far, both the boys and the girls program on a little bit of a winning streak here. Other than that Altamont buzzer beater, each of these two teams have the boys have made it close a few times, but the win is a win, and now they have a chance to take it off and to cap it off with a cherry on top after these three big games here this week. Rob, we're excited to be able to touch up on all of our seniors tonight, as well as it is senior night. It seems like the whole town is getting ready to rock this gym. I know I couldn't find parking. I walked from a mile away, so it was good.
It usually is packed on senior night, and some of these girls have been playing basketball together for a long time, so this is an emotional one.
All right, well, let's go ahead, take a 30-second break, come back for you, and set the scene for what today's game should be. And if it's anything like it was last time, Rob, it's going to be really good. Come back to you in 30 seconds on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
So this is the reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home. And sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails. Brand new homes now starting at $600,000. Quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Welcome back to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show, where the Rich Rebels will be taking on the Tabiona Tigers here at their last home game of the regular season in Randolph. Our scene set today is brought to you by mylocalradio.com. Set the scene for your business to increase in 2022. Advertise more with mylocalradio.com. Welcome to everybody joining us on My Local Radio or on KADQ to a special presentation of Rich Rebel basketball here in Randolph tonight. It is senior night tonight, as well as the season finale of the regular season for both programs, boys and girls. It's an electric atmosphere on a Saturday night here in Randolph. It seems as though the whole town is here. Rich Rebels are going to be taking on the Tabiona Tigers for their last push before playoff time. Let's dip now into the scene set. Rob, each of these two teams 1 and 2 in region, and they're vying for some top spots in the RPI. Had a very close game last time in Tabiona, a little bit uncharacteristic as Tabiona scores a lot more points normally than 40. The Rich Rebels were in foul trouble a lot last time as well. A lot of underclassmen stepped up. Let's go ahead. I'll talk about the Tigers here. Sitting comfortably at number 2 in the RPI and number 1 in region, the Tabiona Tigers right now are led by Abby Rhodes. Tabiona has scored over Abby Rhodes of Tabiona has scored over 300 points on the season and averages about 16 points per game. Tabby brings back a lot of talent and production from teams previous, and these girls have played together for a really, really long time.
That is one of the traditions of Tabiona. You're going to play a lot of Little League together, you're going to play middle school together, and that builds a lot of unity and also builds a lot of familiarity with what everybody's talents might be and how you can utilize them.
There you go. These girls have been playing together for a really long time, and it seems as though they're getting prepped and ready to make that playoff push. What's standing in their way right now is the Rich Rebels, and they are out for revenge, it almost seems like. I talked with Haiti Pugmire yesterday, my in-the-field correspondent, and she said that they've got a lot of bulletin material, and they're really coming out to face a really good Tabiona team. The Rich Rebels 12-8 on the season, only one region loss. That was to Tabiona by 3 points almost a month ago. Rob, you were there with me. They've taken care of business the last little while, their last couple games, and they're looking like they're tournament ready right now. They're hitting their stride. Prior to this week, they were 7th in the RPI. They have 2 wins under their belt. And, Rob, if I'm not wrong, I think Rich could be somewhere around the 4 mark, maybe a 4 seed, something like that, in the playoffs if they can come away with a win tonight.
It would be huge, and I appreciate the reminder of the foul trouble. That was key in the loss of Tabiona. If these girls can keep out of foul trouble, especially Darlene, Taylor McKee picked up 3 fouls, the quickest I've seen in a long time.
It was like in 20 seconds, it was a record of some sort. So that's going to be the key to the game. It's keeping out of foul trouble. That is your scene set today, brought to you by MyLocalRadio.com. Advertise more with My Local Radio. You're tuned into a Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. This has been your MyLocalRadio.com scene set. When we come back, we're actually going to have the pleasure of talking with Jake Fabrizio of Tabiona. I caught up with him earlier in the week, looking forward to this game. Tabiona has had all week to look forward to one game, and that is the Rich game. Rich coming off back-to-back games, Cokeville and ICS, and now they're going to capitalize and come here on a Saturday to end that run. We'll come back in 30 seconds on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to the town of coldest temps and warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing that a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Savey and council members Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and Monica Schultes, with clerk Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Rich Rebels!
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
Welcome back to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. This is visit bearlake.org to find hot deals this winter for some fun vacation getaways. That's bearlake.org. We're broadcasting live here from Randolph as these two teams both really wanting to get that, Tabiona wanting to get that sweep against Rich this year, and Rich really wanting to come up at 50%. Rob, if I'm not mistaken, a win for Rich tonight would mean that the top 2 teams in the region would each have 1 loss, and it would be to each other. I don't know how that would work in terms of a region championship. Not 100% sure, but all we know is that a win for the Rebels would do a lot in shaking things up in the RPI and the standings.
Well, according to my sources, Tabiona already has the region championship memorabilia and T-shirts already made. So that was a little bit of fuel to the fire for the ladies.
All righty, we'll see if that comes to fruition, if they're going to be breaking out those region championship shirts. Until then, we want to thank Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea today at 435-779-0012. It's now time to catch up with Jake Fabrizio, head coach of the Tabiona Tigers for the ladies. He had a lot to say, looking forward to what should be a rocking game here between the Rebels and the Tigers.
Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here with head basketball coach for the girls Tabiona program, Jake Fabrizio. Coach Fabrizio, the first thing I want to come out and say is, first off, congratulations on a special regular season so far, second in RPI with an improved record from last year. Coach, does this regular season success so far match the expectations you had prior to the season, or is this a little bit of a surprise coming in?
No, I kind of expected us to, be a little better than what we maybe thought we was going to be. I mean, I'm bringing back 5 seniors this year, so we expected that we needed to, perform, and we felt like we had every opportunity to be in the top this year.
Coach, you mentioned bringing back 5 seniors. You're also bringing back 4 juniors, 4 sophomores. You have a lot of very mature girls that have, had a lot of time in your program and out onto the court. How has that maturity helped Tabiona to this point?
It's been awesome. I do have 5 seniors, like I said, and then, I bring 4 juniors. All 4 juniors, play on the varsity level, and then I bring a couple of my 2 or 3 of my sophomores off the bench. So I'm in a rotation of 10 or 11 deep every night. So it's been awesome to be able to have a big, strong team and be able to rotate 10, 11 girls. It's been awesome.
Coach, you've been around the program in Tabiona for a little while. With this group of girls, the regular season success has come, and I'm sure you're the first one to say it doesn't stop here, but what has impressed you most about your girls this season?
Probably the biggest thing for me is just watching each girl push each other to be better every day. I mean, our practices are pretty intense. Having 10, 11 girls, it's all about equal as far as their athletic ability and the things that they provide for our team. It's and they're all fighting for minutes every night. So as a coach, it makes it a little harder to give them all probably the time that each one needs and probably deserves. And so at the end of the day, it's good for practices that they're pushing each other all to be better. And so we're just excited to have a good program with good girls and girls that want to win.
Coach, looking forward to this upcoming Saturday versus the Rebels. It's senior night in Randolph. This game has been circled for a while by many, many people. This game has been painted as big as they come. With the closeness of the score last time in Tabiona, do you believe that this is going to be another hard-fought game between these two teams?
Well, I've never been to Rich yet in all the years of coaching. It hasn't been a good game as far as the intensity and the desire to want to work hard and do good and win. I wouldn't say there's a rivalry between us and Rich, but it's a strong will to each team wants to improve. And, in our region, we have to have these hard-fought games every night to get better, especially, as it's a closing season, getting ready for the state tournament. This is a game that I think is going to help both teams, win or lose on our end. I'm sure on the other end with Coach Lundgren, I'm sure that this is a game that both of us need right now as we prepare to go into the state tournament, to go down and try to make a showing. I need a good game right now, and so we're excited to be able to come to Rich and be part of that night.
Coach, I'm not sure, with it being so early in the week at the moment, if you've had any chance to look at the Rich Rebels. Looking at your team introspectively, what is an aspect of play that the Tigers need to focus on this week in order to come out on top versus the Rebels?
Well, I think the biggest thing that we preach year round is it's hard to beat a team, good teams, if you're letting them get in the high 40s. We strive to really concentrate on the defensive end, and we're going to work hard on the defense to try to keep Rich in the, maybe the low 40s, even maybe in the 30s. I think down here in Tabby, when we got him here, it was a low scoring game. Both teams were very defensively. I think that's what we're looking at this week, is I think it's going to be a hard-nosed defensive game, which in our aspect, that's where we kind of want it to be. Gives us a little better shot, I think, to win. Rich has a lot of fighting power, a lot of shooting power. They're big girls. They're tough. So we know all about Rich. We've played a lot of basketball games against them, and so for us, we're going to try to keep it a low-scoring game and grind it out at the end and see who comes out on top.
Well, Coach, it's been an absolute pleasure to catch up with you. We're excited to cover the second biggest game during Super Bowl week between the Rich Rebels and the Tabiona Tigers. Anything else from you?
No, I'm good. Looking forward to being in Rich on Saturday, and hopefully it'll be a fun game for everybody. And I wish the Rebels the best of luck with the rest of their season. They're very well coached with Coach Lundgren, and I'm excited to see where Region 22 ends up for the year.
We as well are in the same boat, Coach. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you so much.
All right, that was Jake Fabrizio, head coach for the Tabiona Tigers. I met up with him, and from that interview, Rob, it seems as though that they've been focusing on this game all week, and they need a win. He mentioned it verbatim. I need a good game. I need a win. So both of these two teams at their peak right now, it seems like, going to be matching up each other head-to-head. Should be a good one.
The advantage I think Tabiona has is that it is the only game this week where Rich has had the 3 games. I was impressed with Coach Lundgren last night that he took out some of his key players late in the game when they had a good-sized lead to give them a little bit of rest, because they're going to need everything for this game tonight.
It's going to be a barn burner. Rob, I noticed that you put down a couple scores from our JV today. If you want to go over those, we would love to appreciate what's been happening in the underclass.
The boys' freshman game was pretty tight. Rich was up 51-50 with less than 2 minutes to go, and thanks to Riker Hoffman hitting 4 straight free throws, they come away with a win. The boys' JV lost 42-54, and the girls, they had a little difficulty with some offense in the first half. They were down 6-18 at the first half. Miley Strebel for Tabiona was pretty hot from the three-point line. I think we'll see her in the varsity game as well. Rich did get some offense in the second half, but unfortunately they fall in the girls' JV game.
All right, well, that has been your recap of what we saw earlier today. Just getting ready for boys varsity, girls varsity. Girls will be tipping off in about a minute 40. We'll take a quick break, come back to you for our presentation of the colors, and obviously recognizing our seniors right after this on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Welcome back to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. It is now time to recognize our seniors out here on the floor. And we're getting ready to see everybody. I think all the cheerleaders have some gifts and stuff like that. Cassidy Grohl's up first.
She played a good game last night.
Yes, she
Had
did.
several good shots. Cassidy Grohl, daughter of Sean and April Grohl and Sherry Grohl. That is a sports family.
That is true.
And Brittany Lamborn, daughter of Superintendent Dale Lamborn and our volleyball coach Wendy Lamborn.
Also sports in the blood.
Yep. And you'll see a lot of her siblings here to support. That's what you'll get on senior night. You're going to get a lot of the older siblings come back and support them on senior night. Brittany's been very good on defense. Ambria Lutz, daughter of Cherie and Darren Lutz, and I've been impressed mostly with her running the point while Taylor McKee was out, and she's continued to handle the ball very well.
She's a threat to score wherever she is on the floor. Here's Taylor McKee.
And Taylor McKee, daughter of Amber and Gary McKee, and we were talking during the break. It was pretty close that first game in Tabiona that she came back, and now you've had all that time to build more continuity with the team. I think that's one of the keys to doing well. And last, Mackenzie Smith, daughter of Teresa and Glenn Smith.
So what a fun group of seniors here. We're also going to get our managers.
Chloe Negus, daughter of Jana Lynn and Ben Negus, and they do a ton behind the scenes that you don't ever see. And Kaylee Hatch is your other manager, daughter of Joelle and Russell Hatch. They do a lot with the stats. They do a lot with the iPad that nobody ever sees behind the scenes.
They are wizards with the technology and keeping the score table going, it seems like. So.
And we need to give a shout out to Texie Johnson, who I'm sure is listening. If you look down, you've got Cullen Pace running her spot. She was injured the other night, and we wish her a quick recovery from her injury.
Yes, we hope to see her back soon. Not the same without her here.
As a fellow teacher, that is a frustration to try to deal with the classroom when you cannot be there. That's going to be one of the hardest things for her, besides the physical recovery.
Well, that is the recognition of the seniors. Taylor McKee throwing that what would be a lay all over Gary McKee as he runs off the court. And now we're getting ready for our pregame festivities as of normal. Time to dip into our Laketown ledger. Rob, the girls are up 22-6 all time against Tabiona, with the last win coming, we've mentioned it before, only by 3 points a month ago. 40-37. It was more than a month ago, actually. It was pretty close to the beginning of January. So, Rich leading all time, but Tabiona with a very solid squad right now, as we mentioned before. Many girls have played together, Little League all the way up through. Coach Fabrizio has mentioned that he is bringing a lot of production back. Many girls coming back into the fold, and they're wanting to make their push to the state championship. It is go time for Tabiona right now.
Looks like we're going to get a little presentation from the players to the coaches to lengthen out the pregame show a little bit.
All right, you love to see it. We'll go ahead and see what we can see.
Recognize the Tabiona High School seniors.
And we're going to recognize Tabiona as well.
Look, they were waiting for the senior presentations to be completed before they came out.
Abby Rhodes. Gracie Fabrizio. Maddie Rhodes.
I think that's a class act from Rich to do that when they have seniors on the other team, to recognize them as well.
Absolutely, and you saw that when senior night was happening in North Summit. North Summit came out and they gave all the seniors for Rich a balloon and stuff. Is that?
Ambria Lutz at the mic.
She's mentioning many people that they're very grateful for all these players. Let's go ahead and turn our crowd mic up. Maybe we can hear her.
Thanks to our three biggest fans, Chase, Janice, and Miles. They are always entertaining us in practice, and they're always supporting us and cheering us on. Then we'd like to thank our managers, Chloe and Kaylee. They've been with us about every single day since the beginning, and they might act like they don't like us, but they really actually do like it. We're not quite sure about their stat-taking abilities, but they do feed us during practice, so we're really thankful for you guys. Okay, and then we'd like to thank Ty Teamy. He isn't here tonight, but he has been one person who's ever believed in us, and he's always kept us smiling when he was here. And then we would like to thank Cam and Jeff. They take time out of their week to come and help us. They come help our post, and they help our team every week. And then they're also always watching us, supporting us, and encouraging us. Finally, we would like to thank our coaches. Brittany has taught us if there's one thing that we can control, it's our attitude, our effort. It's our attitude and our effort every game. She's not only a great coach, but she's pushing us to be better on the sidelines. And when she plays us, she can still kick all of our butts. Okay, and then Calder. Calder is the coach that comes up with crazy trick plays in practice to spice it up. The energy he brings to our team is crazy. He pushes us to be our best every day, to never let up and never be soft. He might not know it yet, but he's going to miss the Thanksgiving dinners and the birthday parties. We're very thankful for him, and we look forward to him raising the roof every game. Okay, and then finally, Logan. There is no one who wants us to succeed more than him. He puts in so many hours to prepare us for every game. He gives us everything he has to make us better. He's our biggest motivation to win it all, and we want to make him proud. And more than anything, we want him to get a haircut, so that's our biggest motivation to win state. He yells at us in
Well said by Ambria Lutz.
Very well said. Ambria, the spokesperson, thanking all their coaches, thanking the managers, thanking the parents, everybody thankful. It really, truly takes a village to run a basketball team.
It does. There's a lot more goes on behind the scenes than you realize. And a shout out to the physical therapist, Cam Jarman, as well. Take good care of him.
All right, it looks like we're going to have about 3 more minutes before the start of our game. If that is correct, it's pending quite a few, festivities, whoever's been planning things before. And it looks like we're ready to go.
Let's rock and roll.
They're rocking and rolling, so we're gonna go ahead and keep it here before we start our tip-off today. Looks like we're gonna get our presentation of the colors first. We'll go ahead and take a quick timeout, come back to you for that. Our pep band, I believe, is going to be doing it. Thank you very much. On a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Absolutely beautiful rendition, Rob. That was beautiful. That's a Rex out there, isn't it?
Hannah Rex, a fellow senior tonight with the national anthem. She's got a powerful voice.
Absolutely, super powerful voice right now. Here comes our starting lineups today, brought to you by Lutz Construction and Excavation. Tabiona's going to be first. Madison Rhodes. We're going to have a lot of Rhodes happening today. Abby Rhodes also getting the start. Gracie Fabrizio, which is number 23. McKinley Strebel, who's going to be 32. And Cicely Fabrizio is number 44. All right, so we got to fix our roster right there. Now we get our presentation of the Rich Rebels. Excitement in the air, electricity, Rob, it is fun. Cassie Grohl getting the start here today. Brittany Lamborn as well. 2 seniors. Ambria Lutz following suit. We're going to have a big day from Ambria. Taylor McKee also coming in, giving a chest bump there. Shoulder bump to Tingy. Mackenzie Smith.
I'm not sure where that tradition started, Cody, but a long time ago, it didn't really matter what you played before, but senior night, the coaches usually will start their seniors, shake up the lineup a little bit.
There you go. So it's a little bit different than what we've seen maybe in the past, but nonetheless, all the girls, it's a very deep bench for both Tabiona and for Rich. And you're going to start off with all seniors here for Rich today. Smith, Lamborn, McKee, Grohl, and Lutz. And Lamborn's going to be jumping for the tip-off here. Our tip-off today brought to you by mylocalradio.com as we get ready for the first quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane. Ball up in the air, and Lamborn wins the tip. Great stuff. The Rebels here on offense. A little lane for McKee. She's going to drive immediately and going to come up short on the left-handed layup. Outlet to Strebel, and then Fabrizio's going to take it up the line. Here comes the Tabiona Tigers on offense first. Rich had a chance to score, but a missed layup by Taylor McKee. Out on the far side, up to the very top, Abby Rhodes. Floating in, long rebound after the miss. Just bricked off there. Long pass down to the right side wing. Ambria Lutz resetting up to the top for Taylor McKee. Puts her arms up and sets up the offense here. Here we go, now out to the left side. Cassidy Grohl, high above her head, driving in, left elbow, kick out to the left side for Smith. That one also short. Ball up for grabs. Ambria Lutz on her backside, picks it up and kicks it back out to the top for a reset for McKee. Long three from way beyond the arc. That's good! To start the game, Taylor McKee, she was 3 feet beyond the arc, Rob. What an amazing shot. She had confidence in herself and she nailed it.
She has no hesitation.
All right, here comes Tabiona. The Rich Rebels up 3-0 here at the very beginning of the first quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. Inside here, working on the paint, high off the front of the iron, no good, and a shot there by Madison Rhodes. A couple shots have come up short for both teams. Cassidy Grohl, right side wing, kicking it back up to the top for McKee. McKee's going to slow it back down, reset the offense here. She's right in front of the media table and now goes into the half circle right on the Rebel logo. Goes left, gets a screen from Lamborn, spinning off on the left elbow. Lamborn has room, gets a feed, up and short, but a foul. Lamborn seems to always start with those free throws at the very beginning of the game, Rob. It's just, life, death, taxes, and Lamborn getting free throws in the first 2 minutes.
She's aggressive. We like to see that. Madison Rhodes and Mackenzie Smith having a battle underneath if you want to watch away from the ball.
First shot by Lamborn missed from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. It does seem that Smith and Rhodes down underneath. That's going to be something to watch, and it is away from the basketball, so we'll see how that goes. Second shot, Lamborn knocks it home. Rebels up early, 4-0 in our first quarter. Taking it up the floor now, Abby Rhodes. Abby Rhodes, as we mentioned in the pregame, Rob, is she holds a lot of lifeblood for Tabiona. Averages about 16 points per game. And she can dish it off, too, like she does here to Strebel on the left side three. That one's good. Speaking it into existence, Rob, and now Tabiona within one. We get a little mess up on our scoreboard, but the score is 4-3 here with 5:45 left here in the first. Abby Rhodes getting the quick assist. McKee driving, splitting the double team with the left hand. That one's good. So far, the Rebels making the shots that they want. Tabiona trying to answer. Abby Rhodes up to the top. This is Fabrizio. Cross-court pass on the near corner. Strebel thought about it. Fabrizio gets it back up to the top of the arc. A little double team left open. Far corner. That one's no good for three. Fabrizio and Lutz both going at it. Jump ball underneath the basket. Excuse me, I have to correct myself. Gracie Fabrizio, number 23. McKinley Strebel, 32.
I was going to mention that, but I was going to wait till the break. But good catch.
Good catch. I have to fix myself. We had to fix our roster just a little bit here. Abby Rhodes, floater, about 8 feet away, rolls off the back of the iron. Lutz rolling down with it. Right side sideline, and then a reset up to the top. McKee, again driving in between a couple different Tabiona Tigers. That's another miss for Taylor McKee. Abby Rhodes with the defensive rebound up at the very top of her own arc into their offense. Feed inside. Rhodes to Rhodes. And 2 points. As Abby demanded two defenders at the top, left somebody underneath open in the paint. And there we go. 6-5 is your score. 4:37 left here in the first. Dribble handoff on the right wing, Lutz, and then a dribble handoff on the left side. Grohl almost got caught with a walk, but the ball goes careening towards the back half of the half court. Taylor McKee sticky hands, gets it, and resets the offense. Left side feed inside, Lamborn, and a push on the back. That's on Gracie Fabrizio. Fabrizio and Lamborn, and it, all the girls on the court right now are fighting for position.
Good shout out to the student section. They are strong tonight.
Large, loud, and proud. Rebel proud, that definitely is. Lutz high over the top for McKee on the far sideline. Dribbles up to the top of the arc, again into the half circle to reset. Screen from Grohl, right side Lamborn, looking inside. Into Smith on the right elbow. She takes the jumper. That one's off to the right. Follows her own shot, but can't come down with it. Abby Rhodes working her way all the way down. 2-on-2 fast break. Feeds to the left. Madison Rhodes. So many Rhodes. Madison throws it up, a little hop bunny on the left block, and the Tigers have taken the lead. Travel violation on Brittany Lamborn. She took one too many steps. Couldn't get around the brick wall of the Tabiona defense here in the paint. 3:45 left in the first.
Darlene Peterson in the game for Cassidy Grohl.
Cassidy's come out, Darlene has come in. Brittany Lamborn up on top of Abby, and it looks like they're trying to double Abby at the very top. Fabrizio for three at the very top, no good. Long, high rebound. Ambria Lutz keeping it away from the Tabiona Tigers. Strebel coming up to hound her on the right sideline. Into McKee. McKee, right baseline jumper, cross court out to the left. Lamborn fakes left, almost loses the basketball. Picked it up and now needs to find somebody to give it up to. Smith on the far sideline gives it back up to the top for Taylor McKee. Here comes McKee, works right, looks inside for Darlene Peterson. Darlene and company falling to the floor, including our official. And it looks like everybody's fighting for position or trying to get away from the basketball right now.
And Mercedes Rhodes is the one that went on the floor. She came in for Gracie Fabrizio during that last time out. Looks like it's going to be white ball.
White ball underneath the basket. Another Crawford Trough inbound, and Darlene Peterson will take over the duties on the far side of the basket. Gets it into the far side for Lamborn, up to the very top. Smith for three, straight away. That one's good. Off of the fingertips, Smith knew it immediately. 9-7 for the Rich Rebels. Tabiona looking to answer on their own. Another three from the right side. That one way long. Tried to bounce it in. No good. Abby Rhodes comes down with the offensive rebound. Rhodes goes way up with it. And a couple Rebels are there to tie her up for a jump ball. Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. And we've seen a few. That's Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck in all they do. Lamborn's going to come out. Violet Taylor has come into the ball game.
Nice to see those three balls go down early. That's going to be key.
A lot of energy in the arena right now. Any good play from the Rebels is going to elicit a loud response from our crowd right here. Right side, Ambria Lutz working against Strebel. Ambria double dribbled, and she thought about it a little bit too much there.
Nice call from the coach from Tabiona.
He was there to make sure that our official knew about it. It was definitely a double dribble, and I think head got in front of the hands on that one.
Yep.
So turnover on the Rich Rebels, and here comes Abby Rhodes. Right at the top, she's going to work right, and the Rebels are going to double her outside the arc. Kick out three on the far side, rattles in, good. Another three ball from McKinley Strebel. 10-9, Tigers, jumper from Darlene. No hesitation on that one, left side baseline, good. Rebels answer back immediately. Here comes Tabiona. Fabrizio works her way to the very top. And a backdoor cut, good find, and just a missed opportunity by Strebel. Down the right sideline, Ambria Lutz into Darlene Peterson. Three from McKee, good! T7 Propane, three ball from McKee. She's had two big ones here in the first quarter, 14-10 for the Rebels. Crossover, Abby Rhodes gets in front of Taylor and gets an and one as Ambria Lutz tried to help out, is going to give up a foul as well.
Rich, perfect from the three-point line, 3 for 3 tonight so far.
Well, if that trend continues, then we're in for what should be a hot shooting night. Never know, but Abby Rhodes taking it upon herself to get some points.
Haiti Pugmire and Violet Taylor in the game.
cherry on top for Abby Rhodes. That one's good. 14-13 for the Rebels. 1:17 remaining in the first quarter. Here comes a little bit of a trap. As soon as they cross the line, Taylor McKee comes across, throws it out to the far corner, then up to the top. Ambria Lutz. Here comes a little trap defense from Tabiona, and it works to perfection. They steal it away in the paint. Fabrizio, this is Cicely Fabrizio at the very top of the arc, works right on the elbow, right shoulder now. Mercedes Rhodes all the way in, and it rolls out. She had a good look going up with the left hand. It just came right back out. Here's the Rebels in transition. Ambria Lutz into a body of the Tabiona Tigers, and you know what? It would have been a travel violation had it had gone one more step before the foul there, Rob. She did walk, but it happened after the foul.
Strong move by Ambria.
Crawford Trough inbound way up to the top. Ambria Lutz takes the three. No, that one rattles left off. Violet Taylor back up to the top now, right side wing, Taylor McKee. Looks like the Rebels are very confident. That was a good stroke from Ambria Lutz, just kind of rattled out to the left. Reset for the Rebels, goes left for Lutz. Darlene Peterson at the top of the arc looking to get a screen, and Darlene wasn't looking for that pass. She was in that soft spot of the defense. Violet Taylor and Darlene not on the same page. Turnover, and Tabiona's here. And they're going to get the last shot of the quarter. They're going to put it in the arms of Abby Rhodes. Crossover, goes left. No, Cicely Fabrizio, long three, looks to the right and is. No good on that long three at the buzzer. 14-13, Rebels in the lead just by 1 point after one quarter, and it's been really fun so far, Rob. We'll go ahead, take a quick break, come back to you in 30 seconds on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
We welcome you into the start of our second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. The Rich Rebels getting a few Plains Tire points in the paint, but a lot of the stuff coming from beyond the arc, Rob. Only one missed three by the Rebels in the first quarter.
Yeah, 3 of 4 from three-point land, and winning the battle of the board so far, 9-4.
Still a close game. Rich up 14-13. And the Tigers are going to start off with the basketball. And it seemed as though whenever a big three was made by the Rich Rebels, Abby Rhodes was there to answer, coming in and driving in with the basketball. Early game plan for the Rebels was to double whoever has the ball at the very top of the arc. Now they're not going to do that. Another kick out. Cicely Fabrizio, a travel violation.
First turnover for Tabiona. They've taken good care of the ball. Unfortunately, Rich has 4 turnovers in that first quarter.
I think that's what has caused such a close game so far. Good shooting by the Rich Rebels, but a little bit of a few turnovers. So turnover on Cicely Fabrizio as she kind of shuffled her feet, made the jumper after the call, but it will not count. Here comes the Rebels. Top of the arc crossover, driving left. Ambria Lutz, another jumper for Darlene Peterson, rolling out. Abby Rhodes coming down with it, a little outlet there to the right side for Gracie Fabrizio. Back to Rhodes across the timeline, just to the left of the half circle. Tabiona in their all blacks, white, and purple accents. Long three, no, just long. That's a long three by Mercedes Rhodes, and Mercedes has a high shooting percentage for Tabiona, if I'm not mistaken, and they go to her to get some momentum going. Step back three for Ambria Lutz, good gravy. That one's good. And the Rebels are shooting threes like a foot or two from beyond the arc right now, Rob.
That is parking lot range.
17-13 for the Rebels. Right elbow, Mercedes Rhodes. Up to Cicely Fabrizio, who's going to drive right, has a lane, goes up with the right hand. That's good, gets fouled does not fall. She had all the room in the world, and for some reason the basketball just did not want to find its home.
I was going to knock on something, but we had not seen a lot of fouls from the Rebels in that first quarter, which is a good thing because that was one of the challenges we had when we were in Tabby.
Cicely Fabrizio to the free throw line. Up left, no good for Cicely. 6:35 left in our Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rich sitting on a 4-point lead, 17-13, and you're right, Rob. We haven't seen very many fouls yet in this game.
Well, the scoreboard said that foul was on Ambry, but Darlene just checked out of the game, and that is her second foul.
Rolling out, no good. 0 for 2 at the free throw line, Cicely Fabrizio. Ambry Lutz goes far out to the left, and it's stolen away. 3-on-1 opportunity, fast break for Tabiona. Abby Rhodes missing the layup. That one just did not want to find its home again. Cicely back to Abby, Suttering, goes up, raises the bar, puts it high off the glass and good. So after that turnover there, points away and points off turnovers have been the case for Tabiona. Right side corner, Pugmire up to the top. McKee getting around a couple Tabiona Tigers inside. Ellie Argyle spinning around, pushing it with the right hand on the right block. Good. 19-15. Abby Rhodes. And we get a call here from our Tabiona head coach, Coach Fabrizio. 3 for Rhodes. Back iron, no good. Cicely tips it out to a fellow Tiger, and we get a foul here from our referee on the far sideline. And we get a foul on the rebound on Tabiona. That one's on Madison Rhodes, just a push while the ball was going up in the air. Crawford Trough inbound for Lutz and McKee. They're going to take it out from the backcourt. McKee driving on the right sideline, loses the basketball. She had room, and another turnover for Rich, which has been detrimental to the success of trying to extend the lead past anything 4 points or more. Brittany Lamborn to check into the ball game, comes in for Violet Taylor. And here comes a little bit of a zone trap from the Rebels. As soon as they cross the half-court line, the Tigers are going to be in a position to be in trouble, but they handle it well. Cicely Fabrizio kicks it out to the left for 3. No, air ball by Gracie Fabrizio, rolls out of bounds. Last touched by the Rebels. I think Lamborn tried to track it down and then grazed it. Goes into our pep band. In for Cicely Fabrizio on the right wing. Abby Rhodes getting hounded by Brittany Lamborn, cannot find her. Lamborn, like white on rice, finally up to the top. Abby finds some space. She's going to call for a screen here. Gets it, goes right, goes around, feeds all the way to the other side. Another 3. No good. Cicely with the offensive rebound. Up to the top. Abby Rhodes again, feeding her teammates. Right baseline, pulling it back out. Mercedes.
5 offensive boards for Tabiona. That's keeping them with second chance opportunities.
And, you know, they've had good looks, wide open threes. They just haven't fallen for the Tigers. Mercedes up at the very top, slipping past Ellie Argyle, and it gets picked away. Taylor McKee, 3-on-2 opportunity. Taylor pulls it back out, decides to not go in that fast break. Maybe a smart move to reset the offense here. 4:20 left in the second quarter. Lamborn left, back up to McKee. Calling for a little dribble handoff. Ambria Lutz going in. A travel violation there on Ambria Lutz. Rob, we're seeing a little bit of a trend. Tabiona has a little bit of a lid on the basket. Rich has many opportunities, but they turn the ball over.
Yep, that's 7th turnover in the first half.
4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Cicely up at the very top. Here comes a little left elbow. Shot on the left side, good. That's a raindrop high up in the air by Madison Rhodes. And finally, Tabiona's going to get some points, 19-17.
Madison's got 6 in the game.
Lutz takes the 3, banking, no. That was a long 3. Haiti Pugmire.
Actually, Ellie Argyle.
Oh, Ellie Argyle, excuse me. Argyle got a chance to wrestle it away from a couple Tabiona Tigers after the long 3 taken from Ambria Lutz, but it bounces off of her thigh and goes out of bounds under the baseline of Tabiona. Tabiona only down by 1. Abby Rhodes on the right elbow, back to Cicely. Right side, Mercedes Rhodes on the wing, feeding way inside. broken up by Mackenzie Smith. Smith there on defense, and another turnover.
Thought Ambria was moving, and she stayed put.
Ambria was stationed right in front of the Rich Rebel bench, and Lamborn tried to lead her when she wasn't ready for it. Goes floating out of bounds, another turnover. Missed opportunities right now for the Rich Rebels if they want to pull away from a very good Tabiona squad. Sicily going right, coming back into the middle. Madison almost losing it. And a reset from Tabiona. Right side. Mercedes into Sicily. Blocked. Darlene Peterson with the body first. And some more free throws coming up for Tabiona.
Okay, I give up on keep track of fouls. They're saying that's Darlene's first.
Oh, well. Sicily Fabrizio, first one, rolling in clockwise, making it work, 19-18, good on the first. She went 0 for 2 on the first trip to the line. Makes her first one here on her second trip. Second one, good, nothing but net. Tie ball game, 19-19, 2:49. Violet Taylor's back in the ballgame. She goes down the right sideline, now on the baseline, kicks it all the way here for Smith for 3. That's good. What a find for Violet Taylor, and what a shot from Smith to step up and hit it from the left side wing.
Somebody had to be open. She had 3 girls on her.
She did. Here we go. Mercedes driving across the free throw line, goes out to the left here for Gracie Fabrizio. Gracie, Mercedes, back to Gracie on the left side wing.
Brittany Lamborn is all over Abby Rhodes. She's doing a good job on defense.
That has been her assignment for this game. We know what Abby Rhodes is capable of doing, and it's a compliment, really, to be all over her right there. Abby gets a shot on the left block, misses that one, and another opportunity. That time from Madison Rose. She leaves that one short. And a drive and a kick here. Bodies all over the left baseline. And I gotta be honest, I lost track. I thought for sure we were gonna get a blocking foul. There was definitely contact, no call, and the ball kind of rolled on top of a couple people and goes out the baseline on the far side of the ball. Floater away, Darlene Peterson almost got the and one as she was about 12 feet away from the basket. Rolled out, but she got a shooting foul.
Only the 3rd and 4th free throws for the Rebels in the first half.
Fairly clean game here. Most of the fouls, Rob, if I'm not mistaken, have been non-shooting fouls from Tabiona. They've just been reaching inside here.
Referee's checking with the books. It should be 19-22. That was a 3-pointer from Mackenzie.
I think you're right, Rob. That's what our officials are going to be talking about here, because prior to that, it was a tie ball game, and then a kick out for Mackenzie Smith, who got the 3-point call, good, from our official on the far sideline. It should be 22-19. I think that's what they're going to go forward with.
Plenty to keep track of as a referee, but to keep track of the score as well, that's impressive.
Yeah, very true. You have to really thank our officials who come out here. I know that there's an official shortage in the state of Wyoming, and it's hard being in the right place. We have 3 officials here for this game today, Rob. Not something that happens often. And it's going to stay 21-19. Free throw up for Darlene Peterson, no good.
Going to mess up my books.
I thought for sure that was a 3-pointer. I mean, at least we have documentation if anybody wants to see. Second one for Darlene Peterson, off to the left, no good. Smith reaching in, going to get a foul as Sicily had good position on that one. I thought we got the 3-ball called good on the far side, but they're going to keep it 21-19, which is interesting here. Tabiona will take the basketball. Abby Rhodes strolling across the timeline from right to left on your radio dial. Works her way to the right wing. Now they fix it. Took a little while. And ball kind of got knocked loose. Mercedes took a couple steps, but because it was a long ball, she got to recollect herself. Abby Rhodes, cross-court pass on the far corner. Sicily up to the top after getting a feed.
Brittany Lamore cutting off the passing lane once again.
Left corner again. They're leaving that corner open on purpose. They've had a chance to correct it. Sicily, long three. Track down Lamborn after the miss on the back iron right in front of the Rebel student section. Taylor McKee at the very top of the arc. Sicily to meet her. 1 minute remaining. Rebels up 22-19. And a carry. McKee. Hands not working with brain, and ball came up way too high above her head to let that one go. Another turnover.
Number 10 of the first half.
That is going to be a key that we will talk about. Here comes our official over to the media bench again. And I don't know what we're checking this time, Rob. But they want to get it right.
Teams go to the bench.
So we're going to go ahead, take a quick break yourself, and we'll come back for what will be an official timeout, it seems, on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports, 98.3 The Wildlife.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
So, Rob, we welcome you back here. It seems as though our officials and our media table are still trying to figure out about that three ball. It is a area of discussion, and now
they're changing it to 22-20. I'm not sure how they got the extra point.
I have many questions myself. A phantom point. Maybe we're missing a free throw. Rob, you're keeping stats, but they're shorthand, and they're not official stats. 22-20, I guess, is our score. Here we go back into the second quarter. 50 seconds left. Abby Rhodes, right side elbow, kick out for Fabrizio on the far side wing. Back in front of the free throw line. Mercedes into the body. Up for Sicily. She calls back for it. Right side block. Smith straight up in the air. Partial block by Darlene Peterson. No, Darlene's not even out there. It looked like Taylor McKee got in the way. Down the far sideline. Smith in, trying to feed Lamborn on the left block. It's kicked by Abby Rhodes. Good defense from Tabiona. We got a block on the other end leading to the ball now on the Tabiona side. The Rebels trying to score. Inbound to McKee on the far sideline. Driving in, around her back, spinning around. 18 seconds left, and it looks like the Rebels are A-OK with freezing this ball. Screen from Ellie Argyle. Long three. McKee, no good. Offensive rebound by Lamborn. Dancing on the back iron, no good. Tabiona with 2 seconds, got to push it. Huck it at the end. It will fall 3 feet short. Your halftime score, 22-20. And we'll have to do some detective work, Rob, to see how that score is. I don't understand it. But either way, we'll come back to you for our halftime show. We'll talk about what these teams did good, or proper English, what these teams did well, and what they can do to get out in front, both Tabiona and Rich. We'll come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Q and on mylocalradio.com.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back to the Halftime Show, brought to you by MyLocalRadio.com. Advertise where your messages will be seen during high school sports on the radio and online with MyLocalRadio.com. We have a bear out onto the court. I'm not sure what it says here.
I do believe it's an invitation to go to the prom.
Oh, it is an invitation to go to the prom.
I'm going to guess that may be Trey Walker underneath that bear costume.
What gave it away? Was it the number 3 under?
Yeah, inside information.
What a very, very cute prom proposal. Well, let's go ahead and dip into our halftime coverage. Rob, our station on main scoreboard reading 22-20 advantage for the Rich Rebels.
And it is correct. We've done the math, and it is.
Oh, we've done the math.
We've done the math. So
okay.
Rich shooting 3 of 9 from the 2-point range, 5 of 8 from 3-point land. That is 63%. That is on fire. Unfortunately, 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Overall shooting 47%. Tabiona just 4 of 14 from 2-point range, 29%. 2 of 12 from 3-point land. Overall shooting 23%. They are 3 of 5 from the free throw line. If you would have told me that Rich is shooting 47% and Tabiona shooting 23%, I would say you've got a lead, but 2-point lead on the board doesn't really show that. The Rebels are also getting them on the rebound, 17-11, but 6 offensive boards for Tabiona is huge.
So they're getting second chance points there, Rob, and I think that might cause the reason for our score, 22-20. Another thing, Rob, that we've touched up on a few times, the Rebels have turned the ball over many times. We're in double digits already here.
10 turnovers in Tabiona only 3 times in the first half.
So that is the statistics that has led us to this point, Rob, and it's pretty easy to see. Rocket science, you don't need rocket science to tell you that you need to hold on to the basketball in order to hold on to a lead, even if you are shooting that hot from beyond the arc right now. So, Rob, we've had a few promposals at senior night. The gymnasium is just electric right now, and it seems like any good thing that goes the Rebels' way, we get cheers up from everywhere. Our Rebel student section, who is now dwindled down a little bit because the entire boys team is now warming up out onto the court. You've been to many senior nights before. Does it give a member of the, does it give athletes a little more energy?
It does, but it's also a lot of emotion. Only a player that's been through it knows what it feels like to know that this may be the last time that you step on the floor in your home gym. And you can see the support from the families, a lot of older siblings, grandparents, aunts and uncles. This is about as packed as this place has been for quite a while, pre-COVID.
There you go. It's really fun to be here, and if you are in the vicinity, dude, come stop in, because it's the place to be. Other than the Crawford Trough, it is the place to watch sports. Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink. Our first half highlights brought to you by the town of Randolph. We'll come back And both Rob and I, with our combined brain power, are going to tell you what each team can do to come away with a win here. We'll be back in just a minute on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
All right, back here again for the conclusion of our halftime show. Rob Leifson joining me here in the booth, my wonderful, blessed wife, also at my side, running camera, and Colton Bagley back in the studio keeping us on air. Rob, we've had a few statistics and a few trends that we've seen throughout this game. One thing that you can point out very specifically, a defensive maybe lapse that's happened multiple times for the Rich Rebels that has not yet bit them, is that they are leaving corner threes completely wide open, whether that is leaving the three-point specialist for Tabiona, McKinley Strebel, or Gracie Fabrizio. They're leaving those short corner threes completely open. And if Tabiona can start making those, you're going to be looking at a completely different ball game.
Yeah, they're only 2 of 12 from three-point land, so that would change the ball game. I would say the key for Tabiona is to try to get Abby Rhodes involved in the offense. She is one of their key players. Brittany Lamborn has done a good job holding it to only 3 points in the first half. They've taken good care of the basketball, and they're doing great on the offensive boards. And they mentioned to me, I talked to a couple of the Tabiona players on the way down the hallway. They stopped in at one of their favorite places in Evanston, Costa Vida. So if they can get that energy going in the second half, they'll be in good shape. I'd say for the Rebels, they need to stay hot from that three-point land, and we need to clean up those turnovers. But I have a gut feeling that we're going to need some free throws down the stretch, and that has been an Achilles heel this season for the Lady Rebels.
There we go, and we are, Rob and I's combined luck and mantra are going to be here no matter what happens. Rob, we'll keep a check mark to each of those. You can start hitting those corner threes for Tabiona. You're going to be looking good. If Abby Rhodes can get hot, you're going to be looking good. If the Rebels can continue from beyond the arc, the rate that they're going, they're going to be all right. And if you clean up those turnovers, Rebels are going to be out in front. So we'll keep check marks each to those keys to move into our adjustments into our third quarter. Before we start, time for us to talk a little bit about your new home in Bear Lake. Could be one phone call away. 435-946-8888. I can do my best Ryan Seacrest back in American Idol. If you think you deserve a home in Bear Lake, call 435-946-8888. I'd love to have one of those. Wouldn't it be nice? Here we go. The start of the third quarter. Epic Recreation third quarter, that is. Make your vacation an epic one. To remember, rentals in Bear Lake, call 435-946-EPIC. That's 435-946-3742, or on Facebook at epicrecreation.net. The Rebels are going to Tabiona will start off on offense, and Abby Rhodes will strut across the timeline. Here we go to start the second half. Which team will come out in front? A double screen at the very top. Abby Rhodes on the front, right side, back over the top. They're trying to shake Lamborn off of her in some way, shape, or form. Rhodes gives it up to Cicely Fabrizio up at the very top. Rhodes goes far out down the sideline. They're doing everything they can to try and get Lamborn off of her. Near corner, McKee driving up against and working Strebel. Cicely inside. Abby Rhodes against Lamborn. Back to the basket, floating off, dancing, hanging on the front of the rim. That one's good. And now a tie ball game immediately, Rob. 7:22. So there you go. They're getting Abby Rhodes working early. She has the first points of the second half. Left side, Lamborn swooping into the left elbow into Ellie Argyle. Left elbow, driving, kick out. Smith tracking it down just before it crosses over the half-court line, coming back up. Goes inside. Argyle almost picked off from behind. Long three, no good from Lutz. That's too far, and they're going to let that ball roll out of bounds. Very smart. Ball almost went in the garbage can and did. And we're going to have to wipe the ball off on the referee here because we have a foreign substance probably flying in the garbage can. No fun. Back into the action. Tabiona on a 2-point swing after an Abby Rhodes layup. She's going to take the 3-ball right across, and that one's good. And a fist pump from our coach from Tabiona. And now a 3-point lead for the Tigers. 5-point swing, all Abby Rhodes. 25-22. Here's the Rebels driving. Left side, Lamborn up to the very top, resetting herself. Driving in, kick out Ellie Argyle. She'll take the 3-ball. Off to the right, no good. So, Rob, 2 threes, no good for the Rebels, and Abby Rhodes is cooking. Another 3 from the left wing, off the front of the rim, no good. Ball bounced awkwardly, and a foul on Cicely Fabrizio as a push on the rebound there.
That was a little bit questionable. The Tabiona fans did not like that one.
No, they did not, and they got a favorable bounce because the ball bounced off of the padding underneath the backboard, and it came off a little awkward. Tabiona was probably going to be in there to squeeze it in. Ellie Argyle getting a seal inside and throwing it up with a layup. Rebels have their first points of the game, of the second half of the game. Nice try, Cody. Abby Rhodes driving left against Brittany Lamborn, pulls it back out, going back again, kick out, 3 for the corner, good from Tabiona, Gracie Fabrizio. Good gravy, Rob, it's like we see the future.
I don't even want to comment on that one.
All right, 28-24, Tabiona out in front by a 4-point lead. Left side, McKee feeding into Lutz, who almost gets her pocket picked. A reset for McKee on the left side. Comes a screen from Ellie Argyle. McKee into the paint and into a lot of defenders. Ellie Argyle squoze in there, and she came up with the jump ball. A Mountain Valley Cattle Company jump ball. They weren't ready for it. Cicely Fabrizio has her hands up like, man, she is all over me. Jump ball nonetheless.
Now the scoreboard showed the possession arrow going towards Tabiona, but they did get the first ball of the second half, did they not?
They did. Smith feeding inside. Ellie Argyle trying to kick out. Deflected. Inside again and another steal. Cicely Fabrizio stealing it away from Taylor McKee. They're working it down onto the right side. They're now going from left to right. Fabrizio, far corner. Now onto the left wing. High above her head and a reset. Abby Rhodes calming down her offense. Here comes that double screen to shake off Lamborn. Rhodes finds some space. Again to the far corner. 3, that one, this time short. Strebel comes away with the offensive rebound and a timeout. And Jake Fabrizio almost runs over our official here trying to call that timeout. Independent Software Solutions timeout will come back in 30 on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Back here for our Epic Recreation third quarter. Cody Olsen, Rob Leifson here. Nostradamus between us, and it seems like Tabiona might have heard our broadcast, and they're doing exactly what they were told to do.
Yep, Abby Rhodes is getting involved in the offense, and they're hitting that 3 ball from the corner. Unfortunately, the Rebels have not cut down on the turnovers, and they have not stayed hot from the 3-point land.
Sicily up to the top for Abby Rhodes, who's going to take that 3 straight away off the front of the rim. Again, no good, short, over the top, and here comes another offensive rebound. 2 offensive rebounds, and Tabiona really taking advantage of the multiple opportunities that they are getting here. Sicily works left at the top of the arc, spinning around up to the top. A jumper off to the left, finally tracked down by Pugmire. That ball bounced onto the court. Nobody really wanted it.
Last time, Amber Lutz had a good box out, but to keep the rebound away, but nobody was there to pick it up.
Lamborn up to the top for Pugmire. They're going to work it left here for Lutz. Inside, Smith, who was floating away, no good. Pugmire was there trying to put it back. Nonetheless, a defensive rebound by Fabrizio. Tipped away, Ambria Lutz trying to get in there on Fabrizio. Fabrizio stepping through and going out to the right side wing. Up to the top now again for Abby Rhodes.
Brittany Lamborn getting her workout, trying to keep Abby Rhodes away from the ball.
So it's an immovable object meets an unstoppable force. Rhodes driving against Lamborn. Lamborn back on her heels, loses her footing as Rhodes gave up the ball for Sicily. Now Rhodes has it on the right side wing. On the near corner, Strebel. 1 hop back up at the top for Sicily. Keeping it above her head. Rhodes isn't doing a track meet, trying to get around people. Kick out Strebel, 3 ball from the corner again, that time in the corner, strutting in between. Lutz getting tripped over here, loses her footing, and now the Rebels back into their offensive set. So the hot shooting from Tabiona takes a quick second to cool. The Rebels have to be able to get some points here. Smith pumping, traveling on the right side wing.
Shuffled her feet.
Doing the same thing that Sicily Fabrizio did in the first half, and the call's consistent. Shuffled the feet there.
Violet Taylor, Cassidy Grohl, and Ellie Argyle into the game for Mackenzie, Brittany, and Taylor. See what these 5 young ladies can do now.
Sicily Fabrizio has been in the entire game, and before that inbound, she had her hands on her knees trying to catch her breath. She gets it on the left elbow, spinning around. 1 hop, and a wrestle for the ball, and a foul here on Violet Taylor as she reached in a little bit too hard. Madison Rhodes has been set up for that jumper on the elbow a few times. She's made it a few times, and it looks like Tabiona wants to keep with that. Out of bounds, inbound coming up on the far baseline underneath the Rebel basket. Strebel high over the top for Abby Rhodes, and it looks like Violet Taylor now has the defensive assignment. Rhodes takes the jumper in front and misses it short. Lutz working in front of the media table, back into the middle, flopping in between Sicily and Gracie Fabrizio.
Going to call a foul on the floor and give it to him underneath.
So, you know, that's a coin that you have to flip a couple times, because Ambria Lutz, as good as she is with the basketball, is leaving her feet, hoping that she's going to get a foul called. If there is no foul call, she's taken 3 or 4 steps afterwards. So that's something to look at. Cassie Grohl in the far corner up to the top. Back for Lutz for 3. That one air ball. Pugmire was there, and it bounced off of Rhodes and Pugmire almost simultaneously. It will stay with the Rebels for a Crawford-Trough inbound. Pugmire in, and Lutz losing the basketball. Lutz could have got called for a foul, reaching in on that one. No call here. Gracie Fabrizio goes back up to the top for Rhodes. Rhodes trying to shake off Violet Taylor, who has to go underneath the screen and feed inside. Cassie Grohl with the steal. She's going right down the left sideline, in trouble, stops and gives it up. And a timeout.
Coach Lundgren was trying to bail her out, save Cassidy from the trap.
Cassidy was in a bad position as 2 Tabiona Tigers collapsed on her in front of the Rebel bench, and we got the timeout before. 1:52 left in the third quarter. Tabiona up by 4, 28-24. We'll keep it here, Rob, actually. Rebels have only scored 1 point, 2 points, 1 field goal in the game. That's by Ellie Argyle. Tabiona came out hot, and now they're cooling off a little bit here.
Yeah, I think both offenses have started to struggle a little bit. We got to give a shout out to the girls wrestling team from this week. You have a state champion in Jazzy Chandler. Nia Jolly and Brett Nicole Weston also finished second. As a team, they finished 6th. that is a strong girls wrestling program, the only 1A school there, and good things in the future.
Absolutely. Violet Taylor trying to pitch it back to Pugmire on the left side block. Inside floater, rolling and good. Violet Taylor back and forth, a ping pong ball with the basketball. Violet Taylor gets a good look at it from about 6 feet out, rolls it in. We'll get a cheer and a 3 ball from Fabrizio, no good on the corner, so she's gone cold from there after making the first one. Cassie Grohl working it up, in trouble again, and she gets tackled there. I think Gracie Fabrizio was trying to reach in to get that jump ball, but she kind of rolled over Cassie Grohl. She kind of left her feet. So
that's her 4th foul.
Fabrizio coming out. And Strebel coming in for her. Down the far sideline, McKee with the long 3. That one's long. It would have been good if it was a straightaway 3. Abby Rhodes giving it up to Sicily on the left side. Fast break, up and underneath, back out for Rhodes, who resets on the left side. Violet Taylor getting the defensive assignment, backpedaling into the half circle. Right side, Strebel. Back for Abby on the near corner. Abby up to the top for Sicily. Keeping it high above her head, looking inside. The Tabiona Tigers not really moving. Now they do move. Left side. Mercedes Rhodes and Abby Rhodes. So a little bit of a hesitation, slow, methodical offense. Abby driving up against Violet Taylor, spinning out. Strebel back up to the top. Sicily. No shot, no clean look given up by the Rebels in the last minute on this defensive set, or this offensive set rather, for Tabiona.
Coach Fabrizio's content with the last shot of the quarter.
Kick out, Abby Rhodes for 3, looks good. Oh, it's just short. 15 seconds left before the end of the third quarter. Violet Taylor into Argyle, has to save it. Cassidy Grohl for a jumper. That one's good! Right side baseline is good. Now we have 4 seconds. Abby getting the call all the way, half court heave. Off the backboard, too hard, no good. 28-28, your score. Rob, can your heart take it? I don't think
I don't know.
Mine can't. I'm a young, spry young man, and I don't think I can take it. After the end of 3, 28-28. 28-28, we'll come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Back here again for the start of our fourth quarter. This game has flown by, Rob, and notable statistic here, the Rich Rebels and the Tabiona Tigers both picked 1 and 2 preseason by the Deseret News, but they had Rich 1 and Tabiona 2. They're flip-flopped, and this game is 2 juggernauts really going at it in the region for the top spot. Abby Rhodes trying to get around Violet Taylor, and Violet stayed in front of her, but she's going to get called for a blocking foul, and that's what happens when you have such a good ball handler like Abby Rhodes.
But only the second foul of the half. Rich has not been in any kind of the foul trouble they were in when they played in Tabiona.
That's good to see. Sicily getting a little bit of space, goes inside. Jumper rolls. No, it had a couple chances to go in. Defensive rebound by the Rich Rebels. Cassidy Grohl down the side, and Darlene goes up to the top for McKee for 3. Back iron, long rebound. Pugmire gets it. Has to get out of trouble at the free throw line. Backdoor cut here for Violet Taylor. Taylor and Abby Rhodes both fall on top of it on the right block, and a foul. A foul on Tabiona on Abby Rhodes. And Abby Rhodes wants an explanation. It seemed like they both had a chance for the ball on the ground, but a foul here on Tabiona.
But not on Abby herself, so.
It was not on Abby?
No.
They called 11 and pointed right at her, but I guess they gave it to someone else.
They gave it to Strebel.
Ball up for grabs, deflected, collected by Cicely Fabrizio. Right on top of their own arc, now goes all the way to the right side. Left alone for three, Tabiona, good! That's a 3 ball from Mercedes Rhodes, can't leave her open. 31-28, 7 minutes left here in our fourth quarter. Peterson and McKee with the 1-2 screen. Grohl back to McKee. Works their way counterclockwise back up to the top of the arc. Screen from Darlene on the left elbow. Left side Grohl, who wants to feed inside, gets to Pugmire on the left elbow. Pugmire high above her head, decides to drive, gives it to Darlene. Jumper, good, just inside the arc on the baseline. Darlene has that baseline jumper down. That's not an easy shot to master at all.
No, one of the toughest shots in basketball, in my opinion.
And here we go, a fight underneath the basket for position between Madison and Darlene. Long 3 from Abby Rhodes. That one off to the right, collected offensively by Tabiona. Back out for Mercedes on the right side. Cicely up to the top. Another second chance opportunity for Tabiona. They've had that a few times. Abby working up against Violet Taylor. Into the arms, and good. A timeout taken by Coach Fabrizio. They're up 33-30 after that championship play by Abby Rhodes. We'll take our quick timeout, come back to you in a second on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
6 minutes between us and the end of this game. Currently, Tabiona up 33-30. And Rob, to look back, our trends or our keys to the game hitting their mean point, I guess, right now, halfway through the second half. The Rebels have not hit a three-pointer at all in the second half, and it's cost them a little bit.
And Tabiona's hit 3.
Right side, Ambria Lutz, who wants to go inside for Lamborn, cannot. Right-hand dribble gets caught up, back up at the top for Peterson. Peterson keeps it. Inside jumper, just a tad too long, and a fight for the ball. Abby Rhodes comes down with it. Defensive rebound by Rhodes, and she's very fast across the timeline. Takes the breather again.
7 boards in the game for Abby.
Abby's been huge this game, and she's keeping Tabiona in it. Crossover in front of Lamborn. They're trying to shake her off. Another corner 3 on the right side. High, no good. Darlene goes skyrocketing for the rebound and then gets fouled after she gains possession of it. Tabiona with 5 fouls. I think this will be the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Rebels inbound here. Mound Valley Cattle Company. Tabiona still up 33-30, 5:13 left in our ball game. Lamborn on the left side wing gets inside for Darlene Peterson, who misses the open layup. Had such a great position. It was just too open, and a scrum for the basketball under the basket. Darlene can master those acrobatic hard shots on the baseline. And Cicely Fabrizio comes up a little bit tender as she fell down onto the hardwood after a rugby scrum for the basketball.
2 wide open.
All right, inbound, the Rebels here with the basketball again after the possession arrow was with them. Long 3 from McKee. This could tie it. Off the back of the iron, shooting off into the pep band. That was a good look, and that could have tied the game. Did not go. And the Rebels cold from beyond the arc here in the second half. Abby Rhodes, the MVP for Tabiona, shaking off Lamborn, and a foul inside and an and one. No shot before. It was a foul before the shot.
This is not the NBA. They would have called that in the NBA.
For sure,
the
100%.
Foul was clear out on the floor. That was a correct call.
I think Tabiona really wanted it to count, but they're not going to have it. That's a foul before the shot. Abby Rhodes drove inside, made the layup, post whistle. Strebel to inbound. Has Fabrizio open on the left side wing. Feeding inside. Kick out again. Another three. Tipped. Ball goes out of bounds, and Sicily might have touched it. Sicily, Fabrizio. Tabiona wants the basketball, but Sicily Fabrizio had touched the basketball falling out of bounds. She thought she had touched the blue line before it crossed out of bounds under the baseline.
Good defense on the three-point attempt.
4:30, and the Rebels with the basketball, down by 3. Dribble handoff, Lutz into the paint, gets bodied up, misses the layup. Ball up for grabs, Darlene falling down to the floor. Abby Rhodes getting the outlet. Here comes Tabiona again after the missed attempt by Ambria Lutz. Foul on Lamborn. Lamborn has been white on rice on Abby Rhodes the entire game. She's done a very good job, but Rhodes, just a fantastic player, makes her own shot and makes opportunity in space. Sicily really close to that 5-second mark. Gets it in just in the nick of time up to Rhodes, who stands right inside the half circle. Gonna get that crossover left, shakes off Lamborn, and she has a lane. That's how that setup works. They have a double screen at the very top of the arc, and whatever way Lamborn decides to go, they're gonna go the opposite. 35-33, Rebels trying to answer. Up to the top, Lamborn. No, yeah, this is Lutz. Left side, McKee feeding into Lamborn. Lamborn caught up and a foul as she tried to shoot. She's going to have a chance for 2 points at the line.
Free throws have not been very common in this ball game. This is only 5th and 6th for the Rebels, and Tabiona's only shot 5.
A completely different story than what we saw in Tabiona about 2 months ago. Here's Brittany Lamborn to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, throwing up that one, and good. 35-31 with a chance for one more for Rich. 3 minutes and 36 seconds left. This clock is on a dead sprint to the very end, and that's because, it just seems like, there's been a few fouls, but it's just been rolling. No timeouts really taken. Second one up for Lamborn. Good. Substitution up for Tabiona. Mercedes is going to come in for Strebel. And Mercedes had the hot hand from beyond the arc in the second half. Maybe they want to have that to spread the floor a little bit. I don't think Rich is going to cover her if she sits in that corner. Abby Rhodes working left against Lamborn. Kick out for Gracie Fabrizio, who had a little bit of a lane. Gives it up inside here. Lutz driving in and a jump ball. Lutz timed that one up perfectly. And she bailed out Darlene. Anytime that ball goes into the paint, someone is going to be open if they're able to do a little hockey assist for Tabiona. Jump ball, and it will stay with Tabiona. Mountain Valley Cattle Company helping us keep track of that. High over the top, Sicily Fabrizio. Don't go underneath. Left side, Abby Rhodes gets a screen from Sicily, driving right, out to the corner. Thought about it. Back over for Abby, inside. Stolen away. Darlene Peterson fronting Madison Rhodes.
Only the 6th turnover for Tabiona. They've taken excellent care of the ball tonight.
Very good care, and that's a black and white difference from the Rich Rebels, who have had trouble holding on to the basketball mostly today. I think that's a smart timeout taken by Coach Lundgren to take a little bit of a breather. They're in a good position. Tabiona up 35-32. It will be in the possession of the Rich Rebels when we come back on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to our fourth quarter. If you have high blood pressure, now is not the time for you to be listening.
Better take your medication.
And for the second game, both times Rich is taking Tabiona to the wire. Not good for the hearts of any fans, anybody in the building right now. Violet Taylor inbound to Darlene Peterson on the left elbow. Keeps it high above her head, goes all the way across for Lamborn. Tries to work up against in the small post. Push shot from Darlene, no good. Lamborn had it. Back into the arms of Darlene on the right block. Kick out for three. Violet Taylor off the front, no good. Finally rebound by Tabiona. Defensive rebound, Mercedes Rhodes. Back up for Abby. Abby Rhodes with a chance here with about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. They can really put this game on ice. And Coach Fabrizio knows that, and that's why he's going to call a timeout and draw up a play to do that. We'll keep it here, Rob. 2:17 left here in the ball game. That was a chance to tie the ball game. Did not go in. And now Tabiona notices that a big basket here could really make a mountain to climb for the Rich Rebels after this.
Rich does have a few fouls to give if they want to use them. You only have 4, so you could try to make some steals and not have the disadvantage of sending them to the free throw line quite yet.
As per, on the opposite side, Tabiona is 1 foul away from putting Rich at the free throw line, and that could, could be a thorn in the side of Tabiona if Rich is able to get quick points off of those free throws. You got to be careful. So Rich got into foul trouble early on, and now here in the second game in Randolph, the Tabiona Tigers flirting with a little bit of foul trouble, not necessarily on an individual level, but now they're flirting with team fouls, giving up free throws from the line if that's the case.
I think McKinley Strebel's the only one that's in foul trouble. She's got 4. And she is not in the lineup right now, so.
So we get the inbound here right in front of the Tabiona bench on the near sideline up to the top for Abby Rhodes, who's going to stroll her way to the left into the half circle, trying to shake off Lamborn again, who's been given the instruction to go over the screens now. And Rhodes can take advantage. Corner 3, this could be a dagger. No. Darlene Peterson comes away with the defensive rebound. Down the floor on the left sideline, Lutz crossing over into the middle. Out to the right side, Violet Taylor, and a setup here for Rich. Rich with a chance now. It's only 1 possession game. You don't need to panic. You don't need any 3 balls right now. I think you just need points if that's the case. Far into the corner. McKee. Getting back up to the top. Ambria Lutz against Gracie Fabrizio. Floater off the front, no good. Darlene with the rebound and a foul. Darlene tried to put it back, and now with that foul, that's going to be 7 on Tabiona.
I think it's on the shots. They'll give her 2.
2 shots coming up for Darlene Peterson, and
that's her 5th rebound just in the quarter. She's got 7 for the game.
First one up, and it looks long, and is. 1:31 left. Tabiona hanging on to a 3-point lead, 35-32, and Mackenzie Smith is set to check into the ball game. Second one, good. Going 50% from the line. Now only 2 points separate these teams. No substitution by Rich. I think they're going to keep this lineup on defense and then have Mackenzie Smith come in on the offensive set. Rhodes out to the right side wing. This is Mercedes Rhodes. Going out to the left, Gracie Fabrizio. And Lamborn is getting ping-ponged around. She's trying to stay in front of Abby Rhodes right now. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining left in the ball game. Rhodes with the handles, goes up, finds a man. Long, no good. Ball up for grabs, and a foul. And, man, Madison Rhodes has worked hard all game for those.
That's her 6th rebound of the game, and 4 of those are offensive. Not into the bonus yet.
That was a chance for the Rich Rebels to come away with a possession here. Smith not checking in. They're waiting for the swapping of possession. Tabiona with the inbound underneath the basket. Out here inside the arc. Almost poked away. Darlene Peterson has to be careful with the ball. A timeout taken by
Coach Fabrizio.
And he didn't want to do it. He's upset that he had to give up that timeout. And we're going to stay with 53 seconds left here in the ball game. Rich, that's the benefit of not having so many fouls in the game. You can play more aggressively and make the officials call it. You kind of take the ball, kind of put the ball literally into the officials' hands to call these fouls. 53 seconds left. A 2-point ball game, 35-33, Rob. This is low scoring.
It is low scoring and a very similar game to the one we had in Tabiona. Tight, down to the wire.
Fouls.
Both two good teams.
Yeah.
They are well prepared for the state tournament.
All right, well, you have to keep in mind that Tabiona can dribble the clock out, but I don't think that Rich is going to give them that option. Inbound here, Sicily looking inside, wants to go to Abby. Jump ball, a jump ball, and Rob, I'm going to have to disagree with that.
And Coach Fabrizio just saw something he's never seen before. I agree, that is amazing.
I don't think that was a jump ball whatsoever.
That was a foul on Brittany Lamborn, unfortunately.
A jump ball, and the possession will go into the arms of the Rich Rebels. Here we go. Rich Rebels with the basketball across the timeline. They have a chance here. A 2-pointer will tie the game. And
that could be a makeup call.
It could be a makeup call. There's going to be an illegal screen here on Brittany Lamborn. And
if there is such a thing as a makeup call, I think
there
you just
is,
made it.
As a broadcaster, I'm not allowed to believe in them. But if there is, and our Rich Rebel bench wants an explanation of what the illegal screen was for.
It was because he'd missed the call before on Brittany.
I think that might be correct. So here's the inbound here. Gracie Fabrizio, and a foul as Rich is going to try and play a little bit aggressively. Sicily Fabrizio skipping down the court.
Again, not a game with a lot of free throws.
Nope.
This is the first free throw Tabiona will take in the second half.
So Sicily Fabrizio with a chance to ice the game. She can push it up to a 2-possession game with 38 seconds left here. Gets down into her progression. The first ball up. Missed. No! Wanted to come out, will not. Bounced off the back iron and then rattled off the front and in. So that pushes it to 3. Still 1 possession. Sicily Fabrizio, again, if she's perfect from the line, can make it a 2-possession game. Second one. Good. That's ice in the veins of Sicily Fabrizio. Taylor McKee taking in the inbound. 32 seconds left into the game. McKee, kick out left side. Oh, this is a 3 from Violet Taylor, and a jump ball here. It's going to go to Tabiona.
Coach Lundgren's going to take a timeout.
29 seconds left, and the score, Tabiona 37, Rich 33. We'll take a timeout of our own. Come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Back here for probably, well, maybe not, the conclusion of this game. Tabiona up 37-33 with 29 seconds left on the clock before the end of regulation. Rob, Coach Lundgren took a timeout, and right now you have to believe that any type of points is going to be a little bit too much to overcome for the Rich Rebels. I think right now you just have to decide who you want to foul on the inbound, and I don't know if they want to foul Abby Rhodes.
But that's who they get.
That's who they get. Abby Rhodes takes a shot, and a couple ticks of the clock come off. Down to 25. Abby Rhodes is going to go to the line. Substitution in Mackenzie Smith, in for Darlene Peterson.
Offense for defense.
Yep, that's what you can do at this moment. Abby Rhodes really with the chance here to put this thing in the cooler. First one Up long, no good. Ambriolette's working down the sideline, and she turns the ball over. Oh, the official. And Ambriolette's was about to have a coronary because she had that ball tipped out of her hands. The official pointed the other way. He said, my bad, it's going to go the other way. So Rich Rebels will stay with the basketball.
Need somebody to do the inbounds pass.
Someone needs to do an inbounds pass. 22 seconds remaining on the clock. The Rebels need something. It's too long of a progression. Up over the top, Taylor McKee. McKee, crossover, left against Cicely Fabrizio, and one! My goodness, you don't want to give that up if you're Tabiona. And one for Taylor McKee. And now the game's back in question, Rob.
Taylor had 8 points in the first quarter, and she's been quiet until that basket right there, and this free throw is huge.
The senior putting the team on her back right here. A chance for cherry points, and she gets it. 36-33. Pressure coming in, and a quick foul on Abby Rhodes. Abby missed the first one, and I have a hard time believing, we don't have official stats for Abby Rhodes, but I have a hard time believing, considering how well she plays, that her free throw percentage is anywhere near what we saw just a second ago.
No, but this one's going to put some pressure on her. You've got 16 seconds. Either way, you still have a shot to tie this ball game up with a three if she hits both of them.
Abby Rhodes is going to stroll to the free throw line after a quick foul. 16 seconds left here in the game regulation. Abby Rhodes with the 1-and-1. First shot, long again. Ball tipped away, touched, and caught into the arms of the Rebels. An open layup. Good by Mackenzie Smith. 8 seconds left in the ball game. Cicely Fabrizio goes all the way down the court. A long three and a timeout taken by Coach Fabrizio. And he knew that it was the right thing to do. His players didn't know what to do with the basketball. He's going to bail out his team, and the clock is going to have 4.6 seconds left. Rob, I can't believe my eyes what just happened.
I can't believe it either, because when that rebound came loose, I thought for sure Tabiona had it. I want to know at what point they cut the clock. They put more time back on the clock, 5.5 seconds.
Oh, Rob. You know, and I would not be comfortable if you're anybody in the building right now. You have absolute studs, superstars for Tabiona that can put this ball in the basket with 5.5 seconds left. What is up with this gym? What is happening? You don't want to foul either.
No, because you put somebody on the free throw line if you do, but it'll be interesting to see what you can do with 5 seconds.
An inbound on the far sideline, Mercedes Rhodes. Mackenzie Smith will be in front of her. Cicely goes down the sideline looking for somebody. Nobody open. Into Cicely. 5 seconds left. Cicely driving into the left corner. Has Abby Rhodes open. A block. Ball up in the air. The game is over. The game is over.
Game is done.
The Rebels upset the Tabiona Tigers here in Randolph, 38-37. And you could definitely argue that there was a foul on that last shot, Rob.
They went to Abby Rhodes. She was open underneath. You can credit Brittany Lamborn with a nice block, but they got the play. Tabby got the play they wanted.
My goodness, I did not see that going the way that it did. Your final score, 38-37. The Rich Rebel girls take on and defeat the Tabiona Tigers. And it was not amid controversy from either game. Rob, we'll have to take a quick breather. My heart needs to come down just a little bit. Upset here in Randolph. We'll come back to you for the postgame show on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
All right, back here for the post-game coverage, and we've got 15 minutes left before the boys start, so we'll be quick. First up, our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's in Evanston, 113 Front Street. After the end of the first quarter, Rich would be up 14-13, goes big in the first half from beyond the arc. At halftime, Rich up 22-20 over Tabiona. Is that correct, or was Tabiona up? Okay, you're right. End of the third quarter, it's going to be a tie ball game, 28-28. And then if you ever want to see a fun minute 30 in a ball game, you got to watch this one. The Rich comes out and gets what they need to, both defensive stops and the offensive buckets. Come out on top 38-37 over Tabiona, second ranked in the RPI. We'll dip into our precision play of the game, Rob. There was so many of them.
I think the one I'd have to give it to is Taylor McKee. When you're down 4 and you're looking for a 3-ball, she sees an open lane, she takes it, she gets fouled on the shot, finishes the 3-point play, so you got the 3 points to pull within 1, and then it became the free throw parade. Unfortunately for Abby Rhodes, who played an amazing game, she came up short on the free throw. I thought Tabby had the rebound, but it ended up in the hands of Ambria Lutz, and Mackenzie Smith puts in 2 points. I don't know if you want to make that the play of the game or not.
That was also a huge play. The whole gym was up on their feet. Our player of the game, I can't help but, there's many people. Let's go and give it to Ambria Lutz, who was huge, making those 3 balls at the very beginning of the first half, staying calm and collected in the second. And you just have to have an applause for both teams, which are really, really good. The Rich Rebels just squeak out in this one. So that is the game for the Rich Rebel girls. The girls' final score on the Station on Main scoreboard, upset Tabiona 38-37 in a game that was not good for anybody's heart. So we'll go ahead, come back to you in just a second, get ready for the boys and our pregame show. Welcome back to the boys pregame show, brought to you by Gary Tusher, CPA out of Montpelier. I have to get all my stuff in order. Rob, we just saw an amazing game with the girls here. I think a lot of people in the room are flabbergasted as to what they just saw. And against all odds, the Rich Rebels come back. They were down, 5 points with about 50 seconds left?
They were down 30-35 with 4 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah. And then Tabiona pushed it out. Let's start with the Rich Rebel boys here in our scene set today. Rich Rebels versus the Tabiona Tigers. The boys program has to be pumped after seeing the girls come away with a huge win and an upset. The Rebel boys have a chance to upset the Tabiona Tigers here. Last time we saw the Rebels, they're 18th in the RPI, but they're riding a 2-game winning streak right now. Very, very good. Nail biter in Cokeville, trying to stay above everything here. If you look at the Tabiona boys, Chance Lazenby, the 6'2 sophomore from Tabiona, 15 points per game, 3 assists, and 7 rebounds per game. Don't forget the Curry brothers, they're also there too. And you have a very hard time having a bad basketball program when you're coached by head coach Lee Gines.
That is absolutely correct.
So that is our scene set today, brought to you by J-Bar Excavation. That's the team, the tools, and the experience to get the job done. Now we're going to kick it over to Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty to allow us to reach out and touch up with our opposing coach, Lee Gines, and he's a fun one to interview. Let's go ahead and dip into that interview with Coach Gines as he looks forward to facing the Rich Rebels here on a Saturday night. The best place you can be in the county right now in Randolph. Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here on the Coach's Corner with legendary head coach of Tabiona, Lee Gines. Coach Gines, an absolute pleasure to have you on again. This is our second time meeting the Tabiona Tigers. Tabiona right now firmly in second place. That game against Manila was a really big one. Tabiona ending up losing by 3. Tell us a little bit about that game. Did Tabiona have a chance to take that game at home against Manila?
Yeah, it was a real close game. We were actually, before the half, we were ahead by 2 points, and they threw up a three-quarter court shot that went in, and so we ended up being down 1 at halftime. And then we kind of got behind in the third quarter, and then we made a run at them in the fourth quarter, and we actually had the ball, and we had 2 shots at three-pointers to actually tie the game up just before the buzzer went off. But unfortunately, we didn't win the game, and Manila's a real good team, and they made us, it's 40-43. They're probably one of the better defensive teams that I've seen all year. Credit to them that they played great defense and held some of our scores down, and we learned quite a bit about them. Again, we're creeping up on them every time we play them. We get a little bit closer. The game in Manila, we got beat 5, so maybe if we meet them at the state tournament, the third time's the charm.
I have no doubt that that would be a tournament game that I will be glued to watching. Coach, right now your boys are firmly right at 7th in the RPI. They're flirting, I believe, with a first-round bye if it comes to the playoff times. This game against Rich has some implications to it. What are the goals right now for the boys basketball program going into the final week of regular season basketball?
Well, we want to finish the season strong right before the state tournament. Obviously, we want to go up to Rich. We're in 7th place in the RPI. We feel like if we can get a win at Rich, that we could be anywhere from 5 to 7 in that area, depending on what happens in the South, in the South region tournament this week too. So yeah, there could be a lot of things that could happen. I know Rich has got 3 games this coming up week, and they're trying to move up the RPI also. So yeah, this game will have an effect on both of our RPI, and so we're both wanting to finish the season strong. And I think their goal is probably right now to try to just get a home game for the first round of the the play-ins, and our goal would be to avoid a play-in game and just go right to the state tournament with a win over Rich. So, yeah, it has implications for both of us. Yeah, for sure.
Coach, that brings up the question. I'm glad you brought that up. With a team like Rich, they flirt with the bottom half of the RPI. They're trying to avoid an away play-in game right now. With this matchup being, separated by a substantial margin in the RPI, does a team with a whole lot to gain with the win against Tabiona and not much to lose, a team like Rich, scare you as that being the last game of the season?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've been to Rich a lot of times. There's going to be senior night. I've been up there when they've had the band, the seniors, and it's a whole different atmosphere. Altamont was fortunate to win that game in Rich last week, and Altamont has played us both times really close, and it could have went either way with Altamont in our games. And so whenever you go to Rich, you better be playing really good basketball, because I know that the seniors want to win. I know the community will come out and support them, and it's just going to be we better. I know they're down in the RPI a little bit, but they are a team you cannot overlook, especially when you're going into Rich County.
Coach Gines, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you. It's going to be short, sweet, and to the point. Best of luck against the Rich Rebels Saturday. It should be a really, really fun one.
Yeah, it'll be a great game, and we're looking forward to it and getting on with the state tournament. So we'll see you up there, and we'll try to come home with a win, though.
As always, right, Coach? Coach, you have an absolutely blessed day. Have a good one.
All right, thank you.
That was a really fun interview that I had with legendary head coach Lee Gines. He takes this game very seriously. He knows how rowdy it can be here in Randolph. He said that, the stars can align for anybody. And Rich, he admitted Rich has a lot to gain right now, and Tabiona's sitting pretty there in second place behind Manila in region. So it should be a really, really good one. We'll see if the Rebels come out on fire or if Tabiona can extinguish this quickly. Right now, momentum, after the girls' game, you have to be very amped no matter who you are.
The advantage I see for the Tigers in this one is the assists per game. They get 10 a game. Rich gets 5. I think they do a very good job of feeding the ball around, and that'll be a key to watch, is to see how many times it's a one-on-one play for the Rebels versus Tabby moving the basketball, getting a nice pass for an easy basket.
I think that's going to be something that we're going to have to watch as we're going to have to do some genealogy to see who's directly related and who's not, with everybody being a Rhodes out here for Tabiona. They have a lot of stellar athletes. You have to keep in mind Chance Lazenby, the 6'2 sophomore who's scoring in droves, 15 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. The Curry brothers, that we got corrected on. The cousins, the Curry cousins, in the NBA, Steph and everybody. I don't follow the NBA too terribly much, so Splash Brothers. 51 points per game and 9 turnovers per game, head coach Lee Gines. So we're about 3 minutes away from the start of our game. Rob, I'm going to be losing you for just a moment because you've got places that you need to stand out on the court. Should be a good one to recognize our seniors.
Yeah, they're going to recognize the pep band and also the cheerleaders, as well as the 5 senior boys here in just a minute, which, again, these players have been together for a long time. I can't imagine how many times Hayden Weston and Riley Carrillo have played basketball together. That's just what you get when you're in Rich County. A good tradition, and glad to see them finish off the season together.
Yep. All right, here we go. We're going to step into it, take a quick break and a breather. We'll recognize our seniors in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on the Gary Tusher CPA in Montpelier pregame show. It is tax season. Have it prepared by a professional that understands personal, business, and agricultural taxes. That's Gary Tusher. Come back to you in just a moment.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855. When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to the town of coldest temps and warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing that a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Savey and council members Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and Monica Schultes, with clerk Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Ridge Rebels!
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Welcome back to the Gary Tusher CPA pregame show. It's now time for us to mention that it is senior night. As you might have heard earlier in our broadcast covering the girls, it is time to recognize those seniors now. As I've lost Rob Leifson for just a moment. He has bigger and better duties, and that is to recognize being a father of a proud senior here at Rich High School. As Coach Larson, Principal Larson, Mr. Larson, whoever you want to announce him as getting ready to our starting lineup here for Tabiona. As he mentions now, it is the last regular season game, and he wants to recognize both the Tabiona seniors as well as the Rich Rebels seniors. It's really fun to be able to recognize everyone. Carter Curry, the senior here, getting recognized. McLean Ney and McCoy Ney. Lawson Curry as well. That is your seniors here for Tabiona. And here comes our Rich High Rebel cheerleaders. Ellie Johnson, our Rich Rebel cheerleader senior. Hannah Rex, Jadine and Ashley Rex, and Amy Tuller. Also the member of the pep band. She did an awesome job with the rendition of the national anthem. Natalie Perry, daughter of Amber and Nate Perry.
For our senior pep band members.
Here comes our pep band.
James McKinnon, son of Bart and Cammie
McKinnon. James McKinnon, parents of Cammie and Bart McKinnon.
Ryan
Leifson, son of Lynn and Robert Leifson.
son of Clint and Connie England.
Josh England, Connie and Clint England.
Anderson, son of Bob and Christy
Stuart Anderson, Christy and Bob Anderson. Maddie McCompton.
Gerald and Amy Compton.
Amy and Gerald Compton as the parents.
Peterson, son of Robert
Grandparents.
and Jill Peterson.
Rome Peterson, parents Jill and Bob Peterson.
Alexander Peterson, son of Robert and Jill Peterson.
Gage Peterson, Jill and Bob Peterson.
McKee, daughter of Gary and Amber McKee.
Taylor McKee and Ambria. I'm getting lost up in all this stuff. Ambria Lutz, Brittany Lamborn, Taylor McKee, Mackenzie Smith, Cassidy Grohl, Nathan Woods, Megan and Chris Woods, Justin Adams, Buckwheat, son of Heidi and Denny Rex. Riley Carrillo, son of Catherine and Jason Carrillo. Tyler Stevens, son of Natalie and Todd Stevens.
Hayden Weston, son of Emily Weston and the late Darren Brown.
Hayden Weston. Emily Weston.
Woods, son of Christopher and Megan Woods.
Christopher and Megan Woods.
Congratulations, Rich High Seniors.
Congratulations to the Rich High Seniors. I apologize if I I messed up on pronunciation. Rob, it's good to have you back. You know, we're glad to have you in the booth, but you've got to be very, very proud of, you know, seeing so many kids go through this program and this high school.
It is a pleasure, and probably one of my biggest extra bonus paychecks is to watch these guys grow from when they're little ones to see them graduate. And it's cool to see some of their older siblings back to support them as well.
It's really, really cool. And, Rob, you're going to have another chance to do senior night, so you're not done yet.
Nope.
So we just did the starting lineup, or recognize the seniors for Tabiona. And now we're getting ready to get our starting lineup / seniors here in Randolph for the Rich High Rebels. And for those of you, don't want to make this about me, but so far the jacket is really working for us so far today, Rob. Let's turn this around. Go ahead. And before we recognize our seniors, yes, you know, handsome in the booth, Rob Leifson joining me. He brings the beauty to the broadcast, and we're just proud to be a part of the Rich School District covering these kids and these athletics. It's good for me to be here with you, and now you get to see what I look like in case you haven't before. So let's turn around and recognize the seniors here, because that's what we're here for. We're getting close. Tabiona back out onto the floor to the cheers of the crowd here to my right. And Rob, I don't think we've mentioned enough how good this Tabiona team has been. They've been stellar so far, losing just barely to Manila last time they played last week. Carter Curry to be getting the start. Maybe not. McLean Nay. McCoy Nay with him. Chance Lazenby. Lawson Curry with him. Good luck to Tabiona, as that is your starting 5. Now we get ready for the Rich Rebels. Aesthetically pleasing as we cut the lights. Buckwheat getting the start here on senior night. Justin Adams. Riley Carrillo following suit right afterwards. Hayden Weston following up, and these 3 boys everywhere in football and basketball. Nate Woods also on the football program. Tyler Stevens also coming up here as we get that little dance from Tyler. He's a fun kid to interview. And I'm excited to see what the Rich Rebels can do. We got a foreign object right onto the court.
Yep,
and we get
I
picked
think
up.
Natalie Perry's taking care of it.
Here we go, a couple things, just cleaning up. Rob, Laketown Ledger, the boys here 23-8 all-time versus Tabiona, but it was a rout last time these two teams played in favor of the home team down in Tabiona. And it was off to the races this team went.
Yes,
they were
it was.
running all up and down the court. It was a track race, really.
Tabby does have the ability to move the ball quick and shoot from outside.
They have it all in their arsenal right now, and Coach Lee Gines mentioned to me in our interview that he takes this very seriously. He knows how crazy it can get in here, and he wants to be able to come out with a win. That's what he says every time. Starting lineup, and then our tip-off today brought to you by LSR Refrigerated. Darren, Trish, and the entire Wallentine family. Tip-off won by Riley Carrillo. They're going to be working from left to right on your radio dial. Nate Woods has to squeeze around a couple defenders. Is going to go out left to Carrillo, extended beyond the arc. Carrillo up to Buck at the very top. Fakes it right. Has nowhere to go, goes back to Carrillo on the left. Up to the top, Nathan Woods. Guarded by McLean Nay. Carrillo looking inside. Buckwheat trying to find room inside the arc. Riley Carrillo exhibiting that he can shoot it from a range away. Riley Carrillo with the first points of the ball game. Just inside the right wing for a 2-pointer here. Here comes Tabiona up to the very top. Chance Lazenby. He's been on fire. 3-ball on the left side wing. That's going to roll out. Buckwheat ripping it away. And Buck's going to get on the score sheet there with a rebound. Tyler Stevens. Up to the top. Riley Carrillo thought about the 3, and he walked with it. Shuffled the feet. And it gets you. It's a plague. Happens every time to the best of us sometimes.
Happy feet.
Happy feet. 7:09 left here in the first quarter. And first blood drawn by the Rich Rebels off of a short 2 taken by Riley Carrillo. He's going to be up here to meet Carter Curry at the top of the line. Now Lazenby. They're going to work it out to the left. Curry driving in. 2 steps. Up and rolling off the top. Carrillo dancing it off the front of the rim and comes down with it. Nate Woods out to the left. Carrillo getting past his man. Driving with the left hand. Up. 1 more. +2. Riley Carrillo on senior night is coming out of the gates like a man on fire. He drove into the lane after getting past his defender on the left side wing, went up into the body of Tabiona and got the and one call. Here's a chance for 1 more at the line. Make it 5 for Riley Carrillo in 1 minute and 15 seconds into the ball game. Carter Curry working it out to the left side here. McLean Nay looking in. Back up to the top. Lawson trying to shake off Hayden Weston on the right elbow. Has to give it back up to the top. Back cut feed and a denied layup. That should have gone in, and the basketball gods just did not want it to. Rebels come down with the defensive rebound. Buckwheat cannot come underneath the ball. as it was a lob up over the top. Hayden Weston trying to feed him. That's going to be a turnover on the Rich Rebels. Good idea, but did not work to fruition. We get a couple of our fat heads out in the student section here. Driving in, Lazenby, high off the glass, no good. Ball up for grabs. Riley Carrillo coming away with it. 2-on-3 opportunity out to the left. Nate Woods, long three in transition, nothing but air. Tyler Stevens comes down with a offensive rebound. Riley Carrillo gets it back. Tyler Stevens in the short corner. Carrillo resetting up for Nate Woods at the top. Rich up out in front, 5-0. Carrillo getting a screen from Buck. Driving, and Carrillo gets blocked. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Chance Lazenby. So we get our first Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play after the block, and we get substitutions, and now Cornea, Pace, and Hoffman out into the game. Pace getting the inbound here on the near corner. Has to get it up to the top for Carrillo, and another reset here. Hoffman gives it up to Cornea. Cornea, right-hand dribble inside the arc. Goes left to Hoffman. Hoffman up to the top. Riley Carrillo for three. Looks good. Long. Offensive rebound by Cornea. Puts it back. Partially blocked there. Good work by Carter Curry. Here comes Tabiona up the left sideline. Has to hold it. Gives it back up. Corner three by Tabiona rolling out. No good. Hoffman with the box out, and now Rich with numbers. 4-on-5. Right side has Hayden Weston in, but did not get it in time. Pressing the reset button, dribble handoff, Pace driving in, jumper right at the free throw line, rattles, no. Hayden Weston almost got it out, feeding Carrillo. Carrillo up and good. And it seems like senior night is really special, at least for this moment being, and Lee Gines takes a timeout. And we know all about those early first quarter timeouts, Rob. It happened quite often, and Tabiona not able to buy a bucket early on. They want to go ahead and think about it, take a quick breather. Lee Gines talking to his players right now.
Tabby's had some good looks.
They've had really good looks, and I can count here at least three that have just rolled out. They've been good, and they've had open looks. They've just rolled out here. Now is the time for us to talk to you about getting your new home in Bear Lake. And a new phone call is one phone call away. That's 435-946-8888. Gary and Amber McKee are there to answer your phone call and your questions if you want to get into, real estate in the Bear Lake area. All right, back here again. The Rich Rebels are up 7-0, 4:44 left in the first quarter. Magic in the air right now. Lazenby will get the inbound from the far sideline. Met by Cornea. Right side now. Carter Curry. Lee Gines trying to get people in position. Near corner for Tabiona. Hop skipping, trying to get it in. Has to give it up in a reset. Pointing the other way. Carter Curry motioning, trying to get people in position. The Rebels implementing what looks like a 1-2-2 trap. If they can get past the wall, then there's some soft spots, but Tabiona's not being able to find those soft spots at the moment. Cross-court pass inside, Lazenby using his height. Kick out three on the left side wing, front of the rim, no good. Carrillo rising high above, down the court. Hoffman fighting for it. Ball inbounds, Hoffman tried to kick the ball, and Tabiona coming away, and he stepped on the line. What I thought was going to be a jump ball call, or at least something, Lawson Curry came away with it and tried to run down the left sideline, stepped out of bounds right in front of his head coach and his bench. Rebels will keep possession. Hoffman up to the very top. Cornea holding it down below his waist. Dribbles out to the left and a dribble handoff. Hoffman there inside. Gives it back to Cornea. Feeding inside. Ball deflected. Taken away into the arms of Carter Curry on the outlet. McLean Ney using the height of Lazenby. Lazenby feeding, good find, but still no bucket for Tabiona. Tabiona has had great looks. They're just not able to put it in right now. Cornea out to Pace for three. That one looks good. No, rolls out into the arms here of McCoy Ney. Giving it up for Curry, who's going to go right into the half circle, goes to the left. McLean inside, Lazenby, fadeaway jumper. That one's good. That's an homage to Hakeem Olajuwon there, Rob. That was a dream shake on the left elbow, on the left block, and it looked really good. Lazenby with the first points for Tabiona, 7-2. Hunter Pace trying to feed inside to Hayden Weston. Weston muscling his way inside the paint, throws it up underneath the basket. Somehow he got positioning and the angle, and it goes up and in, 9-2. Cross-court pass here on the left side. Lawson Curry gives it up. Carter inside. Lazenby, who's got the only points for Tabiona. Good movement by the Tigers all around the arc. Lazenby inside. Jumper, feeding. Alley-oop, missed. Hoffman collects the rebound, gives it up for Cornea, who goes immediately into transition off the left side. Pace trying to fight off a defender. That's McLean-Nay. Hoffman, one dribble hop, up to Cornea. Right side, Hoffman, extended wing, gets a screen from Hayden Weston. Up to the top, Riley Carrillo did not shuffle his feet, finds a way inside, up and around Hayden Weston, who sealed his defender. And here we go, Rob, 11-2 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Riley Carrillo is on fire.
Left baseline, feed inside. Lazenby loses the basketball, stolen away by Rich. Cornea and company. Hoffman right side, dribbles, resets. Cornea, dribble hop, Pace, long three on the left side wing. That one's nothing but air, and they're going to let it go out of bounds. Smart move by Tabiona. Don't have to put yourself in a vulnerable position, and thus they do not. Substitution, Logan Rhodes coming in here for McCoy-Nay. Hayden Weston's also checking out. Noah Perry has checked in. 1:33 left in the first quarter. Far sideline, Nay gives it up. Back to the left side now, right side again. Far corner, inside, Rhodes feeding Lazenby. Lazenby, outside pass up to the top, long three, right side wing. Again, rattling out. Hoffman, another rebound. The freshman making his presence known with a couple defensive rebounds early on.
His third.
Cornea, left side, Pace way beyond the arc, extended. Cornea inside, wanted to give it to Carrillo, stolen away by Carter Curry. Curry versus three Rebels, into the paint, lost his feet, offensive foul. Carter Curry jumped into the defender here, and our official there, who was looking right at it, is going to say it's an offensive foul. Another substitution, Lex Giles. Outside, out comes McLean-Nay, and now we're getting deeper into the Tabiona bench. Pressure, Hoffman almost gives it up. Past the defense, past the half court. Pace trying a Euro step and a travel violation. Jump ball. And it will go the way of Tabiona. Rob, impressive work from Rich so far. They're making some good baskets in Tabiona. Only one field goal made by Chase Lazenby inside on the just a little jumper.
If you were going to draw it up, you couldn't make it a better scenario to start this ball game.
Giles working his way around clockwise to the left, near corner, inside. Lawson Curry. In, feed. Giles gets fouled from behind after he went into the paint. And Coach Lee Gines is trying to get his team to see the open baskets. They're it seems like they're just a little energized. It's almost like there's energy in the room here in the gym. So Lex Giles, the sophomore, 5'11", listed at 140 pounds, like that matters.
First foul on Hunter Pace.
Toilet bowl right out to the left. No good on that one.
Nate Woods back into the ball game for Hunter, probably to keep him from getting a second foul in the first quarter.
Smart move, as there's only 30 seconds, 27 more specifically here before the end of our first quarter. Rich is up 11-2. Make that 11-3 as the free throw by Giles goes 50%. Noah Perry pushing up the left sideline here to Nate Woods. Nate panicked and threw it away. Had a lane and he threw behind Hoffman. That ball goes rolling and shooting out of bounds into our crowd, right into the Tabiona crowd here on the near sideline. Carter Curry, the senior, and I believe Curry has been with Coach Gines for 4 years. He's been starting and getting a lot of work. Nate Woods hounding the ball carrier here on the left side. Long three from Lazenby. Bank, yes! Long three from way beyond the arc, and you'll take it, absolutely, if you're Tabiona. Not the shot that you were wanting, but it goes in nonetheless. 11-6 is your score on the Station on Main scoreboard after one. Rob, and we've seen good looks from Tabiona, and their field goal percentage, I don't have it immediately here, but we're looking at it, and it is not where anywhere near 50%, that's for sure.
No, they average 51 points a game, so 2 of 11 is not their normal offense. Credit the Rebel defense, but the Rebels with 7 turnovers in the first quarter.
All right, so there you go. Let's take a quick break. Come back to you in 30 on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
All right, back here again to start our second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Rob, we've seen a few Plains Tire points in the paint by Riley Carrillo and Hayden Weston, and it's been opening up the floor quite a bit. It's been making Tabiona try and sit back into their defense a little bit more. Hoffman, one dribble hop, and he's in trouble. Now he has to dribble across the line. Cornea gives it up to Nate Woods on the far sideline. Dribbling down inside the baseline, gives it up Cornea and Tabiona here, and a jump ball. Very aggressive move from Tabiona, and it pays off for them. They get the jump ball, and it will stay. It will go to the possession of the Tigers.
Rich on top on the rebounds in that first quarter, 13-3, including 4 offensive boards.
So battle on the boards, and Tabiona averages, let's see here. I forgot, I had it here. Tabiona actually only averages 21 boards per game. That's because they don't miss very often. Cornea, kick out for 3. Riley Carrillo, left side, long. Hits the back iron, collected by Giles. Right side, Carter Curry into their own offense. Back cut, Giles sneaking in past Hoffman, rolling, left side, no good. Ball up for grabs, Noah Perry sits on it, and we got a couple people and a jump ball. It will go with the
Tabiona
Rebels.
actually averages 23 rebounds a game to Rich's 25, so pretty even on the boards in the stat sheet, but so far today, definitely advantage Rebels.
Hoffman going to get trapped in the near corner, gives it up to Nate Woods, who dribbles across the timeline, right side Cornea, into the paint, stripped and a foul. Lawson Curry fouling Jaden Cornea on the right block. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck.
Lawson Curry's first foul of the game.
Into pace, far corner, feed inside. Riley Carrillo gets blocked from behind. And Coach Cornea did not like that the referees let that one go. I think Tabiona reached up and over the top and kind of got the ball. So they'll just they'll redo it. Another inbound. Riley Carrillo now on the right side, stutters. Off again, gets his own rebound. Spins off to the left. Huge block. Riley Carrillo has not found success the last couple trips inside. Defense holding strong for Tabiona, and a reset here for Rich. Right side wing, Pace gets a screen from Noah Perry. Drives right, no shot. Foul on number 22, that's Giles, the sophomore guard.
McLean Ney back into the game for Lex.
Riley Carrillo up to the top for Cornea. It worked its way counterclockwise, now works back into the corner for Pace. Riley Carrillo calling for the ball, but he's covered well by Lazenby inside the paint. Slowing down here. Hoffman left side gets a screen from Noah Perry up to the top. Perry inside, one-on-one, lost the basketball. And Noah Perry ran over a Tabiona Tiger cheerleader. She was okay. I think he hit mostly the padding to the side of her here. Turnover, and Tabiona back with the ball. So Rich coming up short. No points on that offensive possession, and Now you got to feel that Tabiona can settle down and be who they want to be.
No points in the quarter yet for either team.
Lazenby up at the top. Shakes left, gets past Noah Perry, lays it up and in, easy bucket. Inside, and now Tabiona's coming back, only within 3, 11-8, 5:42 left in our Stacey's Repair second quarter. Cornea left side, driving against Carter Curry, lost his feet, jumper from Pace, rims out. Hoffman and company, and a jump ball. Hoffman and Logan Rhodes tied up together for another jump ball. It will stay with the Tigers. Only points of the quarter by Lazenby, who shook off Noah Perry. Riley Carrillo has come out. Carson Muirbrook has come into the game. I got to say, Rob, I've been very impressed with Carson Muirbrook's ability to work the post. He has a very soft touch, long three on the left side. Here, big three by Tabiona. And now we have a tie ball game. That's Lawson Curry stroking it from beyond the arc. Cornea gets a screen from Muirbrook, goes in, floats it up. That's a strong take. Cornea driving from left side to right side, underneath scoop. Rich retakes the lead, 13-11. McLean inside, Lazenby gives it up. Now it's going to work around the horn. Into the corner, Carter Curry faked. Carson Muirbrook lost his feet, gave up a three, long rebound. Taken by the Tigers, an offensive rebound. Inside, Lazenby. Lazenby gets fouled. Hoffman reached inside. And he was given the pass up, so it will be no shot. That's the second foul of the half by the Rich Rebels. First one by Carter Hoffman. Carter Curry inside. Lazenby left side wing, guarded by Muirbrook, and he reached too far in. That's too aggressive by Muirbrook. And when you have a very athletic Lazenby, it's going to look very obvious to the officials that he's going to get whacked on the arm.
First one for Muirbrook.
McLean Ney is going to go up the right sideline now, hesitates and goes up to the top. Lazenby. Left side now, long three again by Tabiona. Bottom of the bucket. Lawson Curry is starting to feel it, especially from the left side wing. 14-13 for Tabiona. They're daring a feed inside to Hayden Weston and Hunter Pace. Hunter Pace got in the way of the feed into Hayden Weston. McLean Ney. Curry. Back to Ney. Driving left side baseline. Scoop underneath. Up and over the top. Defensive rebound, Muirbrook. He finds himself alone. Outlets to Cornea. Pace. Hesitates. Pumped. Gave it up for Cornea again. Now right side, Hoffman. Couple dribbles up to the top of the key. Hoffman for Pace. Hayden Weston wanting the feed inside. Gets it. Got reached around. Finally gets the ball. Almost got the and one call, and it seemed like Tabiona was all over Hayden Weston. Tabiona wants a travel violation, and I think he probably could have got that call.
Fouls on Logan Rhodes.
Hayden Weston to the line. Rich now down by one. First shot up. No. Hits every part inside the circumference of the rim and pops out. 3:26 left. Now only with a chance to tie. Weston up and good. 14-14. Carter Curry gets the inbound and he looks over to his coach. Let's go ahead and set up something for Tabiona. Coach Gines wants to go to the corner. It's the soft spot of the Rich Rebel defense right now. Driving inside, losing the basketball. Carter Curry and Jaden Cornea comes away with the steal. Down the left sideline, long three. Pace. No. Pace has been cold for the majority of the game. As soon as he's able to knock those down, then we're going to be seeing something different. Right side wing, now in Lazenby. Gines wants to swing it. Carter Curry, the senior, goes left. Now tosses it all the way over to the right. Now left side again, trying to get loses the basketball. Another steal. Carter Hoffman comes away. Jaden Cornea across the timeline, setting it up once again. We got a tie ball game. Tabiona's come on strong here in the second quarter. Long three again, long. Hayden Weston extending the arm on the offensive rebound. Hunter Pace has had good looks, has not gotten it to fall so far. I think he's got a few. He's 0 for 4 or for 5 at this point.
The Rebels are 0 for 7 from three-point land. Haven't found the stroke from there yet.
Tie ball game, 2:20 left here before halftime. Carter Curry in front of the Rich Rebel student section. Up to the top for Lazenby. Curry thought about the three. He's been hot from there. Lazenby driving into the zone. Another steal. No, a foul first before he gave it up. Hunter Pace, I think, is going to get called for that foul.
His second.
Inbound for Tabiona right in front of the Rich Rebel student section. Lazenby gives it up left for Giles, who's going to hold on to the basketball, and Tabiona is going to set up into the right position that they want. Back and forth inside, and a alley-oop. Not successful. Lazenby got someone caught underneath his legs, got pushed up underneath the basket.
Knocked out of bounds by Noah Perry.
Good hands by Perry, and another reset for Tabiona. They have a chance now. Stolen, Carter Hoffman coming away. He's got a lane, gives it up for Cornea, and Cornea left it short. Hoffman and Cornea come away fruitless on what was for sure points on what we thought a fast break. Tabiona back here again. Lazenby one-on-one versus Noah Perry. High off the glass on the right block, good. Lazenby using his height against Noah Perry. No physicality given up whatsoever, or effort. Carrillo getting a feed, hesitates, up and one. And one for Riley Carrillo. Pumps his chest and his fist. Gets psyched. Tie ball game again, 16-16 with a chance for a bonus point for Riley Carrillo.
Making the most of his senior night.
It's the first foul on Chance Lazenby, too. Riley Carrillo strolls to the line and puts that ball up and in to the basket. Rebels take the lead, 17-16. Inbound from Rhodes to Curry. Curry in no hurry. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Left side, Lazenby keeps it high above his head, gives it up to Curry for a corner three, air ball, but his teammate there to collect it and put it back. Easy points for Tabiona as they take the lead again. We've had a couple lead changes here in the first half. 49 seconds left before the end. Nate Woods is back in the ball game. Noah Perry, Carrillo, Cornea, Hoffman, and Woods. Cornea giving it up to the right side for Woods. Riley Carrillo trying to find some space here. Inside, Carrillo reaching around, uses his strength. Inside out pass, Noah Perry for three, right beyond the arc, just short. Handoff for Lazenby. Lazenby with a 1-point lead, and Coach Gines is not keeping anybody out of the loop in terms of his plans right now. He's screaming he wants the ball to go into the corner. Lazenby with 7 seconds left, driving against Cornea. In the corner, three, Curry, front of the rim, no good. No, and a heave from Noah Perry. I don't know if he got it off, doesn't matter. It's going to fall short. Tabiona will go into the break at halftime, up 1 point, 18-17 in what is a very low-scoring game again, Rob, and something that both the boys and the girls programs don't necessarily for at least Tabiona, they score points.
They do. They average 51, and Rich averages 45. So we anticipate a bigger offense in the second half.
All right, here we go. We'll go ahead, take a quick break, come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Welcome to the halftime show, brought to you today by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink. At the half, the score on the Station on Main scoreboard is Tabiona 18, Rich 17. Rich had a little bit of a lead going into the second quarter, and Tabiona came back into it. Rich up 11-6, and then finally Tabiona started to wake up a little bit. They've had momentum since then. Rob, our highlights in the first half really have been spearheaded by Riley Carrillo, making the most out of his senior night. He's been the force for the Rich Rebels for the majority of the points.
Yeah, he's got 12, and for the Tigers, Chase Lazenby is the points. He's got 9, and Lawson Curry with 2 threes. I'm not really good at math, but this is a pretty easy one. Rich shot 7 of 14 from two-point range. That figures out to be 50%.
Yep.
They are 0 for 8 from three-point land. I'm going to guess that comes out to be about 0%. So overall 32. 3 of 4 from the free throw line for 75%. The only miss coming from Hayden Weston. Tabiona's 5 of 12 from two-point land for 42%. They are 3 of 10 from three-point land, overall shooting 36%. The boards still going to the Rebels 20-11. Riley Carrillo with 4, and Lex Giles with 3 for the Tigers. 7 offensive boards for the Rebels, only 2 for the Tigers. Turnovers, 10 for the Rebels, which I think has given Tabiona a good chance to get back in the ball game. If I was going to give a key to the second half, Tabiona needs to spread the offense, get some other people involved, and the Rebels need to shut down on the turnovers, and they got to get a 3-ball to go down.
All right, let's get the check mark boxes out here. Anyone besides Chase Lazenby that's going to be able to give some offensive production for Tabiona. You're going to be seeing the Tabiona Tigers coming out in front right now. As for the Rich Rebels, turning down the amount of turnovers in the game. If they get anything outside of the paint going right now, I think they're going to be in a good position to start moving and trucking forward. Rob, it's been great to catch up with you. It's been such a fun senior night here in Randolph. Our pep band has made this amazing, and it's just a good time. You got to be here in Randolph on a Saturday night for senior night. It's the place to be, and could not be more happy to be here with both you and my wonderful wife covering the Rich Rebels.
Senior night is special. I'm not sure if other schools have as much a tradition as senior night as the Rebels, but they look forward to it. Sad, happy night. When I mentioned it to my students this week, to the players, they were excited about it, but they were also teary up a little bit as they realized that this is the last time they're going to be on the home floor.
That's got to be something. That's got to be crazy. Well, Rob, even when the season does come to an end, I'm gonna have to come up and do some pickup games with everybody around here because I'm ready for some basketball. You know, I tend to, I could take Riley Carrillo in the paint. They'll put me in there. All right, well, we'll go back and take our final timeout before the start of our third quarter here on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation. Rob Leifson, Cody Olsen, and Melissa Olsen coming to you live from Randolph. Come back to you in just a moment on 98.3 and mylocalradio.com.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Back here for the start of our third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. All right, time for us to talk a little bit about our chance to find a new home in the Bear Lake area. 435-946-8888 is the magical number that you need to call. If you feel like we should move on to the next round of American Idol, go ahead, call 435-946-8888. American Idol's coming back, Rob. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
I don't really care. All right, let's go ahead and move into our third quarter. It should be a good one. Epic Recreation, third quarter. The Rich Rebels are down by a large margin of 1 point. And it's anybody's game right now, Rob. And we've laid out some keys for each of these teams. Tabiona seems a little bit out of character. We know that they score in bunches. They're used to playing at a high level. They're used to having a track meet up and down. It's been a slow, methodical game, and it's played into the hands of the Rebels, it seems like.
Without any question, the slower game has been an advantage of the Rebels. Again, in the back of my mind, I think, what will the shot clock do to that next year? But
right.
We'll deal with the present.
Right. That's a job for future Rob and Cody and future Rich, Rebel Athletics. So let's kick that can down the road. And you know, we're going to get an inbound from Carter Hoffman on the far sideline into Jaden Cornea to start our Epic Recreation third quarter. On the far corner, Pace looking inside, back up to the top for Cornea. One dribble right. Pace again getting fanned from our student section with the giant fat heads here. It's going to work its way around to the left, up to the top. Top of the arc, couple dribbles, one dribble actually to be more specific. Riley Carrillo left alone beyond the arc. Lazenby causing a little bit of pressure on Jaden Cornea, has to loft it high above his head. Carter Hoffman. And this is what the Rich Rebels do. They're all about, you know, wearing out the defense. The first good shot that you see after the dribble kick and then an off-ball screen, that's what you're going to get. And a long three from Riley Carrillo. He's been just a tad too long on a couple of those. If he can reel that one in, it will really be helpful. Curry, far side wing, gets past Hayden Weston driving in between a couple different Rebel defenders. Pace and Weston both fighting for the rebound. One comes up with it. Hoffman, laser beam. That one's short. 1-3 short from Hoffman, 1-3 long from Riley Carrillo. Lazenby gets Hayden Weston up in the air, backing him down. Weston, good defense to recover. Lazenby wanted a foul, will not get it. Back to the Rebels it will go. Still 18-17 for the Tigers. Pace, who was really cold in the first half, wants to get going. Left his feet, barely got it off. Hayden Weston with the big man move, splitting, going right past Logan Rhodes. And there you go, the lead again changing, 19-18 for the Rebels. Rhodes goes up to the top for Lazenby, who has a mismatch against Hayden Weston. Floater up and good over the top of Hunter Pace from about 4 feet out. Another lead change. Jaden Cornea is going to go up to the right side. Hoffman, who pulled the trigger on a three. Hoffman's pretty good from three-point land.
He is.
Pit pocket and ball again up for grabs. Hoffman somehow comes away with the rugby scrum. Backing down his defender on the left side, Riley Carrillo. A foul on Carter Curry, who saw an opportunity to try and rip that ball away, and he's going to come away not with a jump ball, but rather with a foul.
A good thought to come up from behind Carrillo to steal that ball away, but unfortunately he got his arm.
Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound. Hayden Weston on the far corner. Resets up for Hoffman with the dribble handoff for Pace. Pace guarded tightly by McLean Ney, not wanting to give up any ground here. Hayden Weston alone at the very top of the arc. Chest pass right side, long three from Hunter Pace. Finally gets that one to go, and if Hunter Pace can keep that muscle memory, Rich is in good business. They take the lead 22-20. So Tabiona, who's come up empty on the last couple possessions. Carter Curry is going to match the three. This time off to the right. Pace comes away with it, grabbing it off the glass. Little medicine ball pass out to the right side. Pace finds himself getting a screen from Riley Carrillo and a foul. Riley Carrillo and that offensive foul is going to take away 2 points from Hunter Pace, who made a jumper just inside the free throw line. I think Riley maybe kept his legs too wide and elicit the offensive foul.
First foul on Riley.
Carter Curry out to the side. Lazenby alone on the left side baseline. Kicks up all the way to the top. Ball going all over the place. Left side jumper rattles around. Lazenby trying to put it back off of the rebound. He didn't come down with it in established position. He wanted to get that kind of alley-oop up and around. It would have been an incredibly athletic move. It did not go. All right, so here comes Cornea calling out the offensive set. He's going to work his way to the left wing extended. Pace shoots up from the middle after the double screen. Hoffman, right side. Riley Carrillo fakes left, back for Hoffman. And another reset for the Rebels. Again, the shot clock is going to be interesting, Rob. I can't help but think about it. Hayden Weston at the very top of the arc. Riley Creo, double teamed, out for Weston. 3, off to the right, no good. Put back, Cornea. That one off the top of the right corner of the box on the glass. Rich Rebels up 24-20, 3:55 left in our Epic Recreation third quarter, and points in the paint happening. Curry, off balance, 3. That one answers. Cutting it down to 1, and Curry has 3 threes, if I'm not mistaken. And that has really kept Tabiona in the game. That's a 9-point swing alone from Curry. Dribble, drive, and kick. Cornea.
Offensive foul on Hayden Weston.
Hayden Weston, you know, if he wouldn't have extended the arm on that offensive screen on the right elbow, then I don't think that would have been called. But you look pretty guilty when you're doing a lineman push on that side. So that's an offensive foul and a turnover again for the Rich Rebels. 3 by Curry. He's feeling it. Missing that one off to the right. Carrillo collects, pushing it up the floor. Hunter Pace, right side. Carrillo up at the very top. Jaden Cornea does not dribble, gives up for Hoffman. Hoffman, 1 dribble right, and a reset for the Rebels again. Long 3, Hunter Pace looks good, is good. Left side wing, Hunter Pace starting to feel it. Did not have it in the first half, is getting it in the second half. 2 big threes in the third quarter by Hunter Pace. Carter Curry and Tabiona trying to avoid the upset here in Randolph, trying to avoid what the girls had done. Carter Curry spinning off of Hoffman. Another 3 from Curry. Lazenby corralling the offensive rebound, goes right back to the bucket in front. Kitty corner to the left. Gets fouled. Misses the putback. Not very many fouls in this game, though, either, Rob.
No, this is the only second time that a Tiger's been to the free throw line.
Lazenby good on the first one. 27-24. Noah Perry set to check in for Hayden Weston.
Hayden with 5 points and 3 boards in the game.
Hayden Weston, an absolute stud. Second shot, good from Lazenby. 25-27 in a full court press for Tabiona. Riley Creo gets behind, passing it up. Hoffman, corner 3, Pace, just too long. Good transition 3, and it was in rhythm, did not fall. Giles back into the game. He has the ball on the right side, gives up for Lazenby. Gets poked out from behind, and Noah Perry touched it as it was careening out of bounds underneath the basket. Inbound, near side of the basket for Tabiona. Looking around, Carter Curry wants to go high, goes out to the right. 2 Tigers in the same place, Giles and Lazenby. Lazenby's gone and had the ability to run past Noah Perry. Left side 3, almost thought about. Lazenby working against Noah Perry. Straight up, no. A foul, 2 shots coming up. Lazenby has had, he recognizes a little bit of a mismatch. Noah Perry not giving up any physicality whatsoever, but Lazenby has a couple inches and maybe a little bit more on a vertical. Lazenby off the front of the rim, shoots out far to the right off the backboard, no good. 27-25, still just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Second one, good. So Lazenby's gone 75% the last 2 times from the line. Hoffman is caught up in a dead zone on the far corner, and the Tabiona Tigers are trying to punish the Rich Rebels with defensive pressure.
Well, the key was to get somebody besides Lazenby in the ball game for the offense for the Tigers, but he's doing a good job on his own.
Cornea trying to get past the defense. Wolf coming up. Carrillo collects in front of the media bench onto their own side. Crossing over. Pace saves that basketball. Carter Curry tried to jump in front of the pass and is going to foul Jaden Cornea as Hunter Pace with his best third baseman, Huck.
Pace has a little bit of mustard on those passes, but that's Carter Curry's third foul, and he's going to have to come out of the game.
Carter Curry comes out of the ball game, is replaced here by Easton Peterson. Long 3 again from Pace, who cannot make it from the right side. Hoffman splitting a double team, and Noah Perry goes high up for the rebound. A foul, I believe, on Giles. We'll have to see. That was a little bit scary there. 22. Lex Giles got caught up underneath Noah Perry, and he got called for the foul off of the high rebound on the left block. Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound on the far side. Carrillo on the far corner works its way all the way around. Pace wanted to get it back, feeds inside for Noah Perry. He gets blocked. Lazenby rips it away from Carrillo. He pushes it all the way down the floor. He's got a long stride. Giles cannot collect. Butterfingers, or butter on the ball rather, flows off of his hands and goes out of bounds, and a turnover, trying to push the basketball up the floor. 1 point lead, babied by the Rich Rebels. Carrillo inbounds up to the top for Pace. Rebels have numbers all the way. That was a good break. Noah Perry with the left hand. That was surgical by the Rich Rebels, breaking that full court press.
Doesn't get any prettier than that.
Long three, Giles to tie. No good. Flying out of bounds out the far corner. Hit the front of the rim. Took an awkward bounce. It goes way out there. Onto the far right corner on the Rich Rebel side of the court. That was surgical, Rob. That was good work by the Rich Rebels.
Perfect ball pass.
I don't think it was either a one dribble pass or no dribble at all, and the Rich Rebels worked it all the way down the court. The Tigers are going to stay with this pressure, and the Rebels are going to break it again. Riley Carrillo double teamed on the left wing. He gave it up. Giles, long pass all the way here for Peterson. Missing it again. Tabiona Tigers cannot seem to get a grasp on the basketball on those fast breaks. It's coming off of their fingertips right at the very end. If they had, Spider-Man's stick, they'd be able to get that one. Another pass across the line. Lazenby over across and into Cornea. Cornea up and around, and a turnover by the Rebels. Lazenby comes away with it. Met with the wall by Carrillo. Up into the body, no good. Carrillo bounced off his hands, and Lazenby comes away with an offensive rebound. All the way over to the left side. Peterson faked the three, gave it back up. Here's Rhodes. Dribbling past Cornea, up, floater, short. Right on the left elbow. Top left side of the key. Cornea needing to get across the line. Does, splits the double team. Pace working up the left sideline. Giles up on him. 2 seconds, Cornea off balance three, no good. Rich Rebels hold on to 3 point lead, 29-26 after the end of 3 quarters. We'll touch up on our keys to the game, whether they've been going right or not, and what that means. We'll come back in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports. 98.3, The Wildlife.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Rob, welcome back here to the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Let's touch up on our keys to the game. For Tabiona, we wanted somebody here besides Lazenby to open up the court, and Lazenby's just doing it all his own.
He is, and they're still only 3 points down. So
the Rich Rebels have made a couple threes from beyond the arc by Hunter Pace. That has helped. But the turnover still a thorn in the side of the Rich Rebels right now, and it's costing them points.
Yep, they've got 14 in the game to Tabiona only having 8.
So Tabiona kind of recognized it as well, and they wanted to pressure the Rich Rebels, trying to get them to cough it up even more than they have, knowing that they've been loose with the basketball. It's worked sometimes it is not. Lazenby guarded by Noah Perry on the right wing. Thought about left side. Giles fakes left, goes up against Hunter Pace, who steps in front. And another reset. Carter Curry's back in the ball game. He has 3 fouls. Lazenby up against Nate Woods. Uses his height. Off the glass and in. Nate Woods, the senior, across the timeline. Gives it up for Hunter Pace. He's going to get the screen from Carrillo. And he had Carrillo initially, but was walled off, did not allow for that pass to go off. Hoffman, far side three, just short. That's off the back iron. Lazenby collects. They're only down by 1. 29-28 advantage for the Rich Rebels. Giles. Curry, who's been really hot. Lazenby takes the left side wing three, rattles out. Ball rolling around, collected at the half-court line. Lazenby in for Rhodes, pumps it, goes inside. Double pump, no good, gets it back. Somehow that ball collected right back into the arms of Tabiona. Carter down the side, up and in, and a foul on the Rebels. That's a good call. And Nate Woods, slow to get up. I think he might have got clocked. Comes up a little bit tender on his left foot. Nate Woods getting a nice little applause. And Carter Curry, with an aggressive move, has a chance to take the lead from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. We've seen quite a few Rich County steals by either team, and they're just trading blows. Curry, first shot. Front, back, out.
Tabiona 4 of 7 from the free throw line so far.
Curry, redemption on his mind with the second shot. That one's good. Tie ball game, 29 apiece. Tabiona leaking off, not implementing the full court press, now deciding to let Rich come up the floor and do it from their half court offense. Noah Perry had it up, a position to go up and around. Pace, long dribble all the way around. Carrillo works it left up for Cornea, who backpedals back to the half court line. Pace had that one poked away by Giles. It will stay with the Rebels, right in front of the Rich Rebels section on the far sideline. Pace in for Cornea. Nice lead pass. It's almost like he played quarterback or something. Cornea all the way out for Pace, who worked his way all the way around the defense. Gets a screen, right elbow. Cornea driving in, and a foul on the arm before the shot.
And that's Curry's 4th foul.
Carter Curry a little frustrated. He's coming off. He's a big proponent of this offense and a multiple-year starter for Tabiona, and he's in foul trouble. 6 minutes left in the ball game. Carrillo up against the bodies of Lazenby and in. 31-29. Just under 6 minutes left to play. Lazenby, right side wing, gets Noah Perry up in the air, kick out. McCoy up for Curry at the very top. Back cut. Peterson had room, decided not to give it up. Rhodes spinning off of Hoffman. McCoy off the right of the iron. Another rebound by Riley Carrillo. Hoffman strolls up to the very top of the arc. Cornea here is going to go ahead and get some people in position. Lots of screens, and McCoy fought through all of them on the baseline to meet Pace on the far corner. Pace, fadeaway, jumper, no. Riley Carrillo into Carter Hoffman. Carrillo pumps the three, gives it up to Hoffman in the left corner, near corner that is, and then a reset up for the Rich Rebels. Driving right, Peterson up against Cornea. Driving left, Cornea in the near corner. And now the Rebels trying to get some look. Getting past the defender. Pace, dribble, flying, another long shot. Pace frustrated as he's trying to shoot those baskets and get something going. Lazenby getting past Perry. Foul on the arm. I think that's going to be on Cornea.
The Rebels still doing a good job on the boards. They're up 30-18 at the end of the third quarter, and obviously we've added more in the fourth.
4 minutes and 35 seconds left in the ball game. 6 fouls given up by the Rich Rebels. You have to keep in mind the next one's going to put Tabiona in the bonus. First one, weak, just a little bit weak-legged. Left it short. Lazenby, no good. Three dribble spin, up, and good. Lazenby corrects himself. Timeout taken by the Tabiona Tigers. That's an independent software solutions timeout. Let Brian be your IT guy. Call 307-789-1978 today. We'll take a breather as well. Come back to you in 30 on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on mylocalradio.com.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Back here again for the continuation of our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Chance to extend the lead a couple times for the Rich Rebels, and maybe just too much mustard, too many reps in the weight room by a couple Rebels. A few of those shots have just hit the back iron and have been long rebounds. They're babying a 31-30 lead. Rob, it's going to come down to the wire again. Hoffman on the far sideline. Rebels have to get it across the line. Cornea does. And
Coach Cornea called timeout to save him.
It was going to be close. It was really flirting with the line. We'll go ahead, keep it here. 4:22 left in the ball game. Rob, it's been a fun atmosphere. We've mentioned that a few times. We've also mentioned a couple keys to the game, and with the game winding down right now, Lazenby's taking it upon himself to get this game back into the arms and in the win column for Tabiona. I don't know what his point total is, but
I've got him with 17, and I'm not sure if I'm accurate. I tried to check with the books to see if they could give me an update, but I haven't got a response from them.
All right, well, if that is true, let's put a little asterisk next to 17. If that is the case, that's over 50% production for Tabiona. And if you take into account 17 points by Lazenby, and Curry has hit multiple threes from the corner, there's not a lot left for anybody else.
There's not. The other key is going to be keeping Carter Curry out of foul trouble. I'm interested to see when Coach Gines brings him back into the ball game.
For the waiting game, Carter Hoffman with the Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound for Cornea. Dribbles around Rhodes and Giles in there. Here we go. Carter Hoffman able to bail out his teammates and a triple team beyond the arc. Giles stealing it away. This one for the lead. Coast to coast. Up with the left hand and good. 32-31 and another timeout. Full timeout. We'll take it on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports. 98.3, The Wildlife.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Back here again as we've had a few independent software solutions timeouts. 4:04 left here in regulation. Tabiona up by one, and Rob, nobody's safe. You don't want to feel comfortable at all. Either team has only been up by mostly like 3 points the majority of the game.
Yeah, other than the start of the Rebels being up 7-0 to the beginning of the game, that's been the biggest lead.
Pace down the right sideline. Hayden Weston there to help him out. Carrillo again being met far beyond. Hayden Weston using position, uses his body in offensive foul, and I think that might be the right call. Hayden Weston
backed into him.
He got away with 2 or 3, not the fourth though. Backed into a defender a little too aggressively, an offensive foul and a turnover, not what you were looking for. He had great position, so.
And there's our answer to our question. Carter Curry back into the ball game with 3 minutes and 47 seconds left.
The senior guard taking the ball up the floor from left to right on your radio dial. All purple for Carter Curry. You know, he's stellar, but he's been cold. And if he's the key to get more points on the board besides Lazenby, then that would be helpful. Giles on the right side gives it back to Curry on the far side. Rhodes. Curry pumped the three, got Rebels to bite. Lazenby drives and kicks out to the left side for Rhodes. Tabiona, all right, to kind of roll this one. Giles for three, front of the rim. Rhodes is there to collect on the offensive rebound. Curry, right side, Lazenby. Giles had a good look, decides to eat it, working up against Hunter Pace. And the Rebels dipping into almost a box and one, looking at Lazenby wherever he goes. Giles driving, kick for Curry. This for three, rolling out. Another offensive rebound by Rhodes. And a foul, Hayden Weston reaching in.
That puts the Tigers into the 1-and-1.
Here we go. So the Tigers go to the 1-and-1, and you have to kind of look at those two offensive rebounds by Logan Rhodes as just huge for Tabiona right now. They have a chance now to not only kill time, but also with a chance to push this game to 3. I believe this is Logan Rhodes' first time at the line, and he's going to miss the first one. Bouncing off of the backboard after the tip by Noah Perry. Riley Creo rebounds. Pace, hands off to Cornea on the far corner, on the far right corner, right near the half-court line. Hoffman giving it up for in the middle. Noah Perry is going to be stolen away by Logan Rhodes. Still a 1-point game. Giles and company with the ball, up 1, 2:20 left in the ball game. Giles now out to Rhodes, pumps to the baseline. Nobody was there. It was just to get the Rebels to bite on something. Giles and Curry, and it looks like it is a spy almost type of defense on Lazenby. He gets it inside and kicks it back out for Giles. Open three. Good, and that's a big one for Tabiona. 35-31. Rebels in need of some points desperately, and Coach Cornea wants to come up with a way to do it. Rob, 1:49 left, and that is a sucker punch for Tabiona into the gut of the Rich Rebels, as points have not come easily for anybody. A 4-point lead is really big.
It is. The last time the Tigers had the lead was 16-14. At least that was their biggest lead, and that was clear back in the second quarter.
Biggest lead for Tabiona on the day, and it came off of a kick out, inside out for Giles. Someone else besides Lazenby getting some points here.
Well, we saw the Rebels down in the girls' game about this same way. We'll see if they can pull off a miracle as well.
Now, Coach Cornea is going to reach into his bag of tricks right now. He's going to try and come up with an easy bucket for somebody just to get it back into manageable territory, I imagine.
It was this point in the girls' game when Taylor McKee had the open lane and made a 3-point play out of it to turn it into a 1-point game. So I don't know if the Rebels will be looking for the 3 ball. I wouldn't be surprised if Hunter Pace puts one up from the corner after this play.
Hunter Pace got a few to fall in the second half, has not hit one recently. He's obviously the go-to from anything beyond the arc right now. You also have to keep in mind, Rob, I mean, statistically speaking, only a field goal, any type of field goal right now at least puts you within 2. And I think you'd rather go for easy points here first. You don't need to panic with 1:49 left. Also to keep in mind, what was happening in the girls' game was Tabiona was in foul trouble. The Rich Rebels in foul trouble and down by 4 points now. Inbound into Cornea, who goes across the timeline. Here comes the setup. They read it well. Driving left into the lane, up and a foul. So if Cornea would have been able to put that into the bucket, that would have been a 3-point opportunity, but Cornea gets fouled on the arm.
Unfortunately, that's Carter Curry's 5th foul.
You got to give an applause for Carter Curry. He's done a fantastic job. And coach is going to have to reach in down the bench and find the 5'9", 110-pound sophomore guard, Easton Peterson.
First free throws for the Rebels in the second half.
First one good from Jaden Cornea. So that puts it within at least one possession. Drake Weston into the game for Hunter Pace. Second one coming up for Jaden Cornea. He knocks it down, goes perfect from the line, and guess what? You're within 2 points. 1:38 left in the ball game. And if you're Tabiona, maybe you want to get fouled and push this up to a 2-possession game from the free throw line. Lazenby almost lost his handles at the very top of the arc. Drake Weston giving up the layup, up and good on the scoop left hand. That pushes it back up for Tabiona, 37-33. .116, we'll go ahead, keep it here. And it's just an easy bucket for Tabiona, and that pushes it back into a poor position for the Rich Rebels.
I'm not sure if they were looking to foul there or what the intention was, but that was a nice cut to the hoop and made the layup, pushed it to a 4-point lead.
There we go, 1:16 left, so you're kind of back at square one that you were about 25 seconds ago. You just have less time to work with. Now do you start trying to conjure up something from beyond the arc? I don't know. Hunter Pace is ready to set to check in. It could be a sign that Coach Cornea wants to get something from beyond the arc to get it in closer. It's a high gamble at this point, considering the field goal percentage beyond the arc for the Rebels tonight.
Yeah, that last possession, they ran Hunter along the baseline, tried to get him open in that corner three before Jaden made the drive. I would expect to see a similar play.
Thing is, Tabiona's expecting it. They've been there every time. So you got to have some sort of counter for this thing. Maybe a back cut, something easy to take advantage. We hear no layups from our Tabiona crowd. Jaden Cornea goes into his own backcourt to collect the inbound from the far sideline. Cornea into Hayden Weston. Weston feeding Carrillo. Foul on the ground. But Tabiona has fouls to give, so.
Well, the next one will put the Rebels in the 1-and-1 bonus.
Coach Gines wants a 3-second call, and I wasn't paying attention, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone's camping in there a little bit longer. Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound, high up over the top. Carrillo, left side, Hoffman. Now in the corner, Jaden Cornea, driving left side baseline. Reverse and a foul. Jaden Cornea to the line again.
He was perfect last time.
Noah Perry set to check into the ballgame in a chess match between who's coming in and who's coming out based on personnel. Jaden Cornea, good on the first one, within 3. Out comes Gavin Rhodes. Into the ballgame, Logan Rhodes, the sophomore. Second one for Cornea. Good, and that's stellar work from Cornea at the free throw line. And Coach Cornea is going to pressure Tabiona at the full court. Peterson into Lazenby. Left side, Logan Rhodes. He has space down the right sideline into the offense. Lazenby looking at the clock, not in any type of hurry. Ball loose. Logan Rhodes collects. And a foul. Foul on Noah Perry, and Logan Rhodes is going to go to the line. He missed his only free throw of the game. Maybe the right person you wanted to put to the line. Maybe not. He has a chance to really redeem himself with 2 points here, because that would push it to 4. 1 point would still only be 1 possession. This is a 1-and-1. Rhodes, first shot, rolls out, no good. Noah Perry collects. Jaden Cornea down into the middle. Left side into Hoffman. No pressure here, but the heart rate starts to pump a little bit. Jaden Cornea working against Peterson, goes left for Hunter Pace. Inside, Carrillo off balance, long, no good, and a foul on Curry. You really wish that shot would have gone in if you're a Rich Rebel fan, because you had the opportunity.
That was a tough angle for Riley, I thought, on that shot.
It was a very, very tough angle. And this is the double bonus now for Tabiona. And perhaps a window closing a little bit more for the Rich Rebels and a little bit fresh air for Tabiona. 2 shots coming up. Lawson Curry, who's been money from beyond the three-point mark, puts this one up and good. Pushing it to 3. 38-35 with 24 seconds left in the ball game. Timeout taken by Coach Cornea. We'll take it as well. You're probably sick of hearing me and Rob. Come back in just a second on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
All right, back here to the continuation and probably the conclusion of the fourth quarter, Rob. Tabiona is up 38-35 with one more free throw coming up, and this free throw has implications to lead to a lot of different butterfly effect endings. If you make this shot, you push it to 2 possessions, and you put the Rebels in a bind. If you don't, the Rebels collect it, then you have a decision to make as a Rich Rebel coaching staff.
Well, I think you have a decision of the Tabiona staff. Do you foul with try to keep them away from the 3-ball?
Curry rattles out, no good. Hayden Weston collecting. Jaden Cornea pushing it up down the sideline. 20 seconds left in the ball game. Hayden Weston at the very top of the arc goes back to Carter Hoffman. In for Riley Carrillo. Out for Pace for 3. That's short. And a foul. Oh, a jump ball.
That's an amazing call. Coach Corney is going to take a timeout, drop a play with 6 seconds left in the game.
All right, jump ball. It will stay with the Rebels, and you come up with a play for the 3-ball in 6 seconds. You said it yourself, Rob. That's what you have now.
Right, but does Tabiona foul to avoid letting the 3-ball even go up to tie the game?
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
We did have this conversation not too long ago.
I don't know. Coach Lee Giants. I'm a lip reader. And he didn't like it. Let's just say that. Coach Giants, an absolutely fantastic, legendary head coach at Tabiona. He's been there forever. He's in the I Hate the RPI party along with me and Elon Olive back in Evanston. That doesn't matter. What does matter is that there's 6 seconds left on the clock. Rich has a chance. Rob, let me throw a hypothetical at you. Everybody knows that the ball's going into the arms of Hunter Pace right now. Do you give it to somebody else?
Riley Carrillo can drill the 3, so can Hayden Weston. Carter Hoffman can hit a 3. So there's multiple players that can shoot it.
I mean, it is senior night. We'll see.
I'm just interested to see if Tabiona will foul as soon as that ball comes in to avoid the 3-pointer.
I would.
Rich is out of timeouts, so if you don't get the inbounds pass in, you've got a problem on your hands.
All right, boys come back out onto the court. And you got a foul if you're timeout. There's a timeout taken here by Tabiona.
Tabiona's going to call timeout after they've seen what the Rebels had lined up.
I don't know how much you can read into it.
I don't know, because Coach Cornea did the exact same thing against Altamont.
I mean, all the Rebels were lined up in a row on the left side block, up the key on the left side. I don't know. I guess you just get a picture of what you're looking at.
And do you do the exact same play, or do you drop a new one? Coach Cornea seems to be giving quite a bit of information for let's do the same thing, guys.
Enough talk. More action.
Well, I don't know what more you want for senior night than 2 buzzer beater games.
Very close games. But, Rob, I mean, again, you have to – if you're Tabiona, you got to foul, right?
You don't want to foul on the 3.
No, you don't.
Though the percentage-wise for the Rebels from the free throw line, you'd be playing some good odds.
Does the Rich Rebels have the IQ to recognize the call for the foul if they're beyond the arc and to throw it up? Because if you get a shooting foul for 3, it's a lot better than a 1-and-1 if you don't try and shoot it. So
Jaden Cornea can hit a 3 as well. Hunter's doing the inbounds pass.
Hunter into Riley Carrillo. Up to the top. Tabiona will not foul. Hayden Weston for 3. Off to the left. No. And a rebound by Tabiona, and that's the end of the game. Hayden Weston had a great look at it. Just did not fall. Tabiona comes away with the win against Rich in the boys department, 38-35, on a very hard-fought game, and a game that was in the arms of the Rich Rebels. And that was a play designed specifically for Hayden Weston. And, it stinks, and you'll think about it for a hot minute, but you move on and you get ready for the state playoffs.
That's
what
go.
you do. Rob Leifson and Cody Olsen will come back to you in just a moment on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back to the postgame show. As we start off, we're going to go ahead and start with our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap in Evanston. Gourmet sandwiches made fresh and fast every day. 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet. First quarter, Rich will be up as Tabiona was a little bit slow to start, 11-6. Tabiona's first points actually with only 3 minutes left in the first quarter. A three-pointer at the buzzer put Tabiona up to 6. That was a very off-balance shot by Lazenby. At halftime, Rich down by 1, 17-18. Tabiona starting to come alive. The game was very, very close the rest of the way. 29-28 in favor of the Rich Rebels after the end of 3. And Tabiona making their free throws count at the very end. And a draw up at the end. A buzzer beater 3 falls short for the Rich Rebels here on senior night. The Rich Rebels, nothing to scoff at. They took a very good Tabiona team to the wire, and that has to give you a lot of confidence getting ready for whatever play-in game you're going to be facing when the RPI comes out at the very end. You still won 2 really big games handily. Well, actually not handily. The Cokeville one was a little close, but beat ICS. They're going to be firmly, I would imagine, probably at 15 in the RPI, which probably is going to get you a home play-in game.
It probably will. Coach Cornea thought it might be with Mount Vernon. We'll have to wait and see next week what that brings.
All right, well, now is the time to dip into our Dr. McKay Franken precision play of the game. That's Dr. McKay Franken providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today for an appointment at 307-789-8910. The precision play of the game. Again, Rob, whenever you're on, I feel like we have so many different areas to go. Riley Carrillo had quite a few, and a three-point play in particular in the third quarter, I imagined. Spinning around, sealing off his defender, and taking the lead after being on the right side block. They fed Cornea fed Carrillo all game, and Carrillo more often than not cashed in and helped his team stay within reach of Tabiona.
Yeah, they were down 14-16 at the time. The three-point play put Rich up 17-16. I'd say that's a great choice.
All right, well, we'll go ahead, take one more quick break, come back to you for our player of the game, brought to you by the town of Garden City, where families play at beautiful Bear Lake. Visit gardencity.ut.us. After this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball and our sponsors on 98.3 The Wildlife.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Welcome back for the conclusion of our post-game show. It's now time to reveal the player of the game, sponsored by the town of Garden City, where families play at beautiful Bear Lake. Visit gardencity.ut.us. Our play of the game went to Riley Carrillo, and it's going to be hard to keep it away from the player of the game. I mean, final stats include a large amount of points for Riley Carrillo. And if you want to look over to the other side of the court, Chase Lazenby, the sophomore, carried the Tabiona Tigers to a victory tonight. He was everywhere and the go-to for the Tabiona Tigers. Another player that you could mention was Jaden Cornea, who played very, very well. Rob?
Yeah, if you're going to stay with the Rebels, Riley Carrillo, 14 points, 8 boards. Unfortunately, he was held to 2 points in the second half. Chance Lazenby, 17 points, 7 boards. The Rebels did a good job of shutting him down at the end, but we called it at halftime. They needed to get somebody else involved, and it was Lex Giles with that three-pointer that
was huge.
Tabiona up 4 points. That one was huge.
All right, well, that is your Garden City player of the game. And finally, we'd like to go ahead and thank you for joining us on what was a really fun senior night. Didn't go the way of the Rich Rebel boys, but it did go the way of the Rich Rebel girls. Your final score for the boys, Tabiona comes away with a win, 38-35. Rob, an absolute pleasure to have you in our booth. Special thanks to the table. We need to shout out the table here.
Nate Woods, Hunter Pace, and Buckwheat. Justin Adams.
There you go. Finally, we get the table. And I like to imagine that Ryan might have asked for it, but, got to get it up in here. Rob, thanks for joining us here on senior night, all of you listeners here on 98.3 The Wildlife and on mylocalradio.com. Looking forward to next week. The Rich Rebel boys will have a play-in game, more than likely, unless the RPI pulls a fast one on us, which I don't think is going to be the case. It will more than likely be at home. It will be on the 26th, Saturday, a week from today. The Rich Rebel girls, again, not a mystical storyteller. I'm not looking into my crystal ball, but I think they're going to avoid any play-in games. They're going to be going straight to the tournament down at the Sevier Center in 2 weeks' time. So that will be the case. Special thanks to our wrestling programs who have finished up the season, our pep band who have been there to support us the whole way, and they will continue to do so down at State. On behalf of my associate, Colton Bagley, back in the studio, my wonderful wife, Melissa Olsen, and a great friend of mine, Rob Leifson, we're signing off here on senior night here in Randolph. Thank you for joining us, and as always, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!